Raw Comedy Podcast.
Welcome to the Raw Comedy Podcast. Brought to you by Bangkok's weekly open mic and home for stand-up comedy.
Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for joining us today on the Raw Comedy Podcast.
I like also, we're all laughing, and then Chris waits for the energy to leave us, and then he goes.
I'm just bad at reading this table right now.
Is that it?
I'm happy to be here, dude. This is our, 21st show?
Yeah, it is. I guess.
Oh, yeah.
21st?
22nd.
22nd,
It's our
dude.
22nd show.
Oh, the 22nd show. I thought it was
22nd
October
Raw
22nd.
Podcast.
I was like, what?
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
It
man.
is?
All right, this is what I was thinking. This is what I want to ask. Is like, I just recently saw a meme of like two Joe Bidens, and I don't, pictures I could understand, right? But then I also remember them talking about when Hillary was running against Trump, and Trump also when he became president, that there was two different Trumps, and you could tell between if Trump was wearing a red tie or a blue tie. That's all he ever wore was a red tie or a blue tie, and those are two different Trumps. And then Hillary, there was like pictures that made her look different, right? So like, who else do you think is body doubles out there? Like, who gets a body double?
Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg. I think
Any big giant tech
Mark
people?
Bezos.
Bezos. Oh, for sure, Bezos.
Big
How many dudes that look like Jeff Bezos laying around?
Maybe more than you realize.
Yeah, I mean, he's just a tiny bald guy. How many
Yeah.
people do you see like that?
From far away, somebody
Yeah.
has to get shot, sniped in the
You
head.
throw a
you know?
cowboy and a
Who knows?
midget, you know he's gonna look like
I mean, maybe it's a double that
Cowboy hat?
went to space, right?
yeah.
Really?
Why would
He risk his life?
He just wants the notoriety of going
Yeah.
up there.
Wow, that'd be
He
pretty.
could have
insane.
put just a puppet that looks like him.
Yeah.
Or just a shot of him being in the shuttle, but then how do you know he's actually in space?
You think
in
it's
the,
just,
in the angle
You
inside?
think it's
or-
just a dude who looks like somebody, or do you think?
If I was Jeff Bezos,
Yeah.
I would never go to space.
Yeah, no, but do you
Or
think
I
it's a
would. I don't
do you think it's a body double? Like they found a dude and they're like, "Hey, we'll pay you an exorbitant amount," or do you think it's like as nefarious as a clone?
I hope it's a clone. My hope is that it is a clone.
Chris, if you had a clone of yourself, right? You had like a double.
I would go to space.
Would you do the gay? Everybody wants to know. Would you have gay
Well, I
sex
would
with
go-
yourself? Finally, you could do gayness
Gay
with.
sex.
No, but like if you
Yeah, but it's a clone of you, right?
I don't
So
know
it's
if that'd
only
be
it's
gay.
you.
I
It's
find
you.
gay sex too extreme, but because I had a joke about this about having gay sex with your clone,
Yeah.
which bombed, but I
Sure.
tried it. But like honestly, like if
Everybody
you
thinks about that.
jerk off your clone,
Yes,
is it gay?
exactly, Chris.
It's the exact
Yeah, 'cause
same
it's
thing.
not-
It's the
it's
exact
another
same
man,
thing.
but it's not you.
But it's
Can
your
you
dick,
get,
though.
can
It's
you
it's
get
not
exact
you.
same.
Can you get a hand? How about no? Wait. Can you get a hand job from a clone?
Yeah, would you feel it's gay?
Oh shit, the
Can
tables
you,
have turned.
yeah. You don't have to give a
Oh.
blowjob to the clone. The clone is giving a blowjob to you.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, but he
You
knows
can-
exactly what you like. He's in your head.
Well, that's weird for me. I'm sorry.
Can you do it though?
You're basically jerking yourself off,
What's the dollar amount?
literally.
No, but it's not me. It's not me.
No, it's
a
a clone. It's
so
a clone.
it's a different. It's had a completely different mind. It's
Sure.
Its memories are test tubes in fucking laboratories, and now it's jacking me off. That's fucked up. No, I don't want to.
No, but
I
you
wanna-
can implant memories in him so that he has your memories.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's in my exact memories too.
Yes.
It is him.
That's
It's
crazy.
Yeah, exactly. And
He's
he
an
knows
exact-
secretly that the only reason why you're so homophobic is because you really want to try some gay stuff, and so now you could finally do it
We would just,
ethically.
no, we wouldn't do it.
You wouldn't do it.
That's fine.
So if it was an
That's the
exact,
answer, yeah.
so you tell me if it was an exact carbon copy mentally and everything,
Yeah, of you.
as well, right next
Yeah,
to me.
yeah. In fact,
And
you
we
might not
started
even
doing
know
it.
that you're a clone. You don't
We
actually
know.
get
We
no
wouldn't-
argument.
why
about
would
it.
we do gay
You get
stuff?
argument about it.
You know what would
And then
piss
you
me
get
off?
really depressed because you see the tattoo. of
I
the
don't want to
clone.
get it.
You'd be like, "That's why you have the tattoo, because you're the clone." And he's like, "No," and he has an existential crisis. And then he goes, "You know what? I'll blow you now." That fucked my world.
But I
up.
don't blow people, so why would that be
Yeah,
a
but
thing? Why would
that's-
that be a thing my clone does?
Because it just blew his mind, and he's now recognizing that all barriers are thrown off. His whole world and conception of what morally is right or wrong or anything is all off, and he just
So he's
finally
not.
says,
He's my gay clone,
yeah.
but I'm not gay. So how
Well,
could that be?
no,
a
he's not.
possibility?
He's just not.
But he wants to-
He's not like he's not. He's open. He's open to all
Then
possibilities.
he's not my
now.
clone because that's not who I am.
You don't know that because you haven't had a mind altering. You haven't had a mind altering like reality. Like, what if God? You don't believe in God, but if God came down and just said to you, "I'm fucking real, so go kill some Muslims," you know, like you'd
Okay,
probably go
Jesus.
kill some Muslims, you know.
But what,
or vice versa. If he's like, and then you'll be like, oh shit, all right, and then you start praying every Thursday, facing a certain way.
No, I don't think so. I wouldn't. If God, no, because nah.
If God came down and talked to you, you wouldn't.
No,
but maybe his clone would though.
How do I know it's God? I'm gonna need to see some credentials. I'm gonna need to see some ID. I don't fucking believe.
You know what would piss me off? Maybe I think
that.
royally, like, I'd be really pissed off is if I had my exact clone with my exact memories, but of course he's not me, he's still him, just with my memories, but like, he's gonna maybe react to the same stimulus differently than me, right? Or to situations differently than me.
I would think not until the farther away you are.
But it could be just a small change in the beginning, and then it would get further and further apart.
Sure.
And so there's a chance that if I have a clone that's exactly like me, what if he's like funnier than me, has a better career than me, he gets more laid than me? I'd be like, fuck you, dude. I live this life so that you can get all the shit I can't get. That'd be really frustrating.
You wouldn't just learn from him and be like, oh, that means I can do this now?
No, because that'd just still be me somehow. Just be like, oh, fuck that.
Don't you ever see, there's been like identical twins that have been separated at birth and then they found each other years later and they looked very similar to themselves and they had very similar lives.
Right.
Yeah, it's
and
wild.
the idea was that because of their body type, right? Because their body type, they'll wear clothes that make them look like they know what makes them look good. So unless they're completely oblivious to wanting to look good, they're going to dress a certain way, and that's why they end up dressing the same way. You know, but they still lean towards certain ways because your exterior will project that, right?
Wow.
But
trip.
It'd be very funny to me if you met your clone on the day that you're wearing your white shirt with black stripes and he's wearing his black shirt with white stripes. And you're both like, hey, Foot Locker, dude.
Yeah. Realistically, one of them has he has the goatee, this cheesy goatee, and the other one doesn't. You know? He's obviously the evil version.
If I had a clone, I would send it back and make it live with my family and just take care of my
that's cute
family shit, right?
Yeah.
And then while I go off and do all the shit that I want to do, and
so does that mean that there's a part of you that wants to go back and take care of your family?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. I guess technically,
selfish piece of shit is doing whatever the fuck he wants to do without.
Are you feeling guilty right now?
Take care.
Are you having a
You know
crisis?
what I'd do if I had a clone? Fucking make him blow me. Fuck the nonsense.
It's a clone. It's got a life, and it's got your life. So you should treat it really nicely. I don't know.
That's why I'm gonna give him a good fucking.
I'm gonna give him a really nice.
Fucking so ungay.
But if he's your exact clone, he's gonna want to do what you do, and that includes
fucking me. Yeah, fucking me. Where I don't have to feel gay about it.
It would be more like a deal. Like, all right, you get to fuck who I want. I fuck, I guess. I get to fuck, you fuck. We can just team up and just fuck.
Think about
girls.
like
why we wouldn't
now
fuck each other?
I have three ways the other way. Like I could have a male, female. You know, male, female.
I want to fuck him.
You know, there's a different way. If you put the letters a certain way, it's a whole different experience.
If you cross swords during a threesome, you're still crossing swords with yourself.
Yeah, I'm open to that. Yeah.
So
like if he by mistake comes a little bit on you,
so like what
if you just came on yourself?
Well, listen, if I lived with a clone,
I've done that multiple times.
All right, so think about this: living with a clone would be like just there's an extra. So like whenever a girl comes over, she would fuck both of us.
Yeah, would you be open to that? Now you're fucking.
Yeah, because they're both me technically, so we're both winning.
So now you're fucking this girl. Now you're fucking this girl, and your clone's balls start hitting your balls while you're going DP. Yeah. DPMMF.
No, hold on.
That's how the letters go.
MMF.
There's a male. The males are touching the males.
Well, I'm just trying to imagine me walking out on myself fucking a chick. And it feels dumb that I'm not included because it's fucking.
You'd be like, oh, and you take off your clothes.
And you're a pretty welcoming guy. So you'd be like, hey, man, like, come on.
I think that would be the rule. No, it would be like some kind of like, all right, listen. Like, you're not allowed to fuck chicks without me, but I can fuck as many chicks as I want.
Why do you own this clone?
I fucking own this. This is my clone. It's mine.
Yeah, but he's going to think the exact same way as you.
Well, like, are we going to, like, shower together and piss together, too, and fucking, like...
No, because he's not going to want that.
You just have a best friend. You
like a roommate.
You're like, hey, now you could get more shit that you want to get done together, but you're not going to... I wouldn't torture my own clone and make him go back and take care of my
Would his choices be my choices?
He'd want to, but then,
right?
Probably.
So I wouldn't argue with him.
Yeah, but would you fuck a girl with him?
That's me.
Yeah, and would you be like, hey, bro, why'd you letting your balls out? And you're like, and then he's going, yeah, I was about to ask you why your balls are touching my balls.
Like, is he mirror? So put it this way. Let's say,
would you just let them?
Let's say he got really fat.
Go?
Let's say I worked out and he got fat, or let's say he worked out
Yeah.
And I stayed what I was.
Sure.
Right. Is that a possibility? Would he do that too?
Probably. You know that you don't want to be as fat as you are, but you let yourself get this fat.
No, what's gonna happen is he might decide to work out at a different time than you. So he's gonna work out and get skinny, and that's gonna piss you off. So you might work out, and he's gonna give up on his working out at some point.
It's like
my different than yours.
It's like me. He's exactly like me.
But you'd also have somebody who motivates you, where it's just like
this
we told ourselves yesterday that we weren't going to do this today.
If this guy is exactly
double the self-discipline.
So he's exactly me.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'd be very funny if he has
to
to
clone and it's me in every single way.
Yeah.
In every single way.
Yeah.
Then it's still gay, dude. It's still gay.
But what if you're both headlining a show?
Because it's not you. Because it's not you. But it's not really you, though. It's your clone.
All right. How about this? All right.
It's your clone. I didn't. Did you jack off? No, my clone jacked me off.
So let me throw this by you, right?
Your clone.
Your clone. You come home and your clone is in the bathroom for way too long. All right. And then he's like, he goes, dude, original Chris, come in here. I got to show you my dick. I think I got a VD. Would you be open to looking at his? Would you be able to look at his dick and just give him advice as to what to do?
No, because he wouldn't look at his own dick.
He would look at his own dick.
Would it? I don't know if I would look at mine. I'd be like,
you don't. If your dick hurts, you wouldn't look at it.
I would, but it'd be a tough sell.
Yeah,
because I don't want to see my dick.
Well, that would mean we have this. We both get it though. We both have.
Why? No, because you've had it before, right? So you already know the experience of getting like whatever shit you've got. Right?
But I've never had herpes or nothing.
No, you've gotten away. You take some medicine and it goes away. But
I never had warts or herpes or any of that.
Yeah, but you got like gonorrhea, chlamydia. Let's not talk about you being some saints here. Right? You put your dick in a lot of burning holes. So this guy finally gets to. He's never had that because he was a clone.
Most of those holes were
He hasn't been fucking girls. But now he finally gets one.
But he's got all my memories, so he does have those.
Yeah, but he didn't have this sexual experiences you had. He has the memories or recollection of it. But his
so the real question is, if I had a bump on my dick, would I show someone else? And
I guess so, yeah.
And the answer to that would be no.
Yeah.
Because my clone would just keep it a secret and not tell me. That's because that's what I would do if I got it. So that's he's truly my clone.
What if he fucked the same girl as you and he's like, dude, I got something. Did your dick get something? And then
I'm like, when did you fuck this? I thought we had a clear rule that you only fuck chicks with me.
Yeah, so he was.
What the fuck are you talking about?
He was.
Oh, then that's a need to know situation.
It's a need to know situation.
Sure. But I also wouldn't fuck him at the same time as a chick.
No, you'd fuck him alone, right?
Yeah, this would be him going behind my back and breaking the rule.
He just said he'd fuck him.
But what yeah. Hey, he's gay.
Did it. All right.
What? No,
we can move on to another topic.
Hey, no, but okay, so what if...
I just said I didn't. I just said that...
check the tape.
Yeah, check the tape. Let's play this is the replay.
Yeah, you watching that First Amendment order, check the tape.
Alright, no. What I'm saying is that situation would have never took place to begin with because like gay court. That's what this is.
I have a different hypothetical.
That's what this dude. Listen, that never would have happened to begin with because in order for him to get a bump on his dick, fucking a chick, I'd have to be in the room fucking that same chick.
Yes, which means that he's worried about you.
And if I don't, so he's worried that I have that.
Yeah, he's like, hey, listen, my shit's fucked up. You got to check your own shit.
Well, that would never happen.
Well, I haven't felt it yet, and he was like, hey, let me take a look at that. Let me take a look at it for you. Make sure, or I'll show you what I got. And
so basically, it's just I haven't got it yet.
Yeah. But maybe he's worried that it's like, I don't know, like he nipped his balls shaving. So
is
this herpes or is
but
this
that would never happen because I would never fuck a chick with him at the same time. He's not getting laid.
You're not
ever.
Okay, what is
never the worst clone maker ever?
Yeah.
He's never getting laid without me.
What if
I'm gonna be there?
Because
he's not gonna be a clone to come in and cash in on whatever the fuck I have my memories and use that to get laid, and then I don't get to be a part of that. Fuck that.
Chris.
He can just find chicks for me, and then he can hang out, and I fuck him. That's what he's gonna do. He's gonna use what I've accomplished in my life and all the experiences.
Yeah, but you're limiting
to go get pussy and get laid.
You're limiting him.
Hey, fuck him. He's a clone. It doesn't matter. Come back, bring girls back.
Go back and
he can fuck other clones. How about that? That's fair.
Hey, by the way, never forget that your clone can kill you and just replace you.
Yeah.
But what if?
What if? Kill him first.
So you have to be nice to him.
So you're gonna make a clone just to murder him.
I might kill him first, bro. Fuck that.
That's the fear, right? I would bet
Listen,
that's
I would
the fear
not.
of every clone maker.
The situation you presented never would have occurred.
Yeah,
okay, but what's okay? So what if
you would never have?
Do you think Jeff Bezos is fucking his clone?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it probably does all types of weird shit with his.
They do weird thing like they touch each other.
So why do you think you're so special? I think
I'm
everybody
just true to myself.
But he's not a billionaire yet, so he
I'm
doesn't
just
have
true
that
to
level
myself.
of.
He doesn't. I bet you when he
But what if you're at an
If
open
I
mic?
became a billionaire, I'd just start fucking dudes and like
For sure.
fucking
Yeah,
clowns.
yeah.
At some point, you might get bored of fucking girls.
I don't think so.
Well, time will tell.
We'll see.
Become a
We'll find
billionaire,
out.
and then
That's
you know.
crazy. Like what? Just because everyone just somehow, just because rich people now.
If you became a billionaire,
I don't know.
would you have gone to Epstein's Island?
No.
But what if he told you, hey, I have a private jet and all of the girls are going to be over age, and then you get there because you have a chance to be on a private jet,
He goes, I know you know my shenanigans. You're not gonna have to
Don't
deal
worry
with
about
any
it.
of that.
and then you're stuck.
But
in-
you still
would you
get
would you
laid.
would you go on the plane? Would you take the ride?
Just to get laid.
I'm like, give me your oldest fucking chick. Give me the oldest chick on the island.
Allegedly, then, you know, you
Give
don't
me the
know.
oldest.
Still going.
Yeah,
Give me
he's
the
going.
oldest
Of
chick.
course he's going.
Because he's got to have a couple like.
You can't. You're a billionaire. You can get laid on your own.
Well, I'm a billionaire. Yeah, I would. I'd be like, listen, man. There's no reason we're doing this.
Yeah.
and
How'd you get my number?
maybe I don't know if I
I
felt
think no,
threatened.
I think Chris would invite Epstein to his island because Chris would immediately have his own island.
I'd have
His own island.
I'd have a bigger island.
Yeah.
with
with legal,
with bigger
consensual, contractually consensual staff
Yeah.
yeah, totally.
on payroll.
I would have a bigger island than that.
But okay, so you
bigger
have a
island.
clone. You have a clone.
Older
You have an
girls.
open mic. You're headlining the open mic. You're going after your clone, and your clone is rambling on. He was supposed to do 15 minutes, but he's you. So he's
He's
already 25
18,
minutes
20,
in,
yeah.
30 minutes in. Do you let him be you, so be him, or
give
do
him
you
that-
get impatient?
To give him that freedom.
Yeah, because he's me.
Yeah.
I would. So whatever he gained from that, I would get too somehow, right?
No, it's him now.
Yeah.
You're not even letting the guy get
So he's
laid.
just
He's
another
taking
person.
your
You're not
time
even
away.
letting the
He's
guy
just,
get
no,
laid.
no, no. He's just another person.
He's
His
still
existence
taking your
is,
time out.
His existence is purely for my benefit.
He's
about
exhausting the crowd
Yeah.
before you go on stage.
Yeah.
Is there a reason I'm asking him to do that?
No,
No,
you
he's
didn't
just-
ask him.
yeah,
He's
he's
doing
Chris.
it. He's doing it because
He's Chris.
he's doing it because
No, that's not part of the agreement that we have as a clone and fucking.
But you're gonna change your own nature?
Yeah.
Or you're just gonna be like, yeah, I'll agree to
I know.
whatever with you, and then I'm
Is
gonna
it-
go on stage and do whatever I want.
Is it sentient life?
Yeah.
It's you.
It's truly
you.
sentient
He's
life.
you.
He feels exactly like you, except that he has a tattoo on his arm that says that all his memories are false, so he's probably going through a little bit of a real stress in life.
If he's me,
Real
he'll-
existential-
Remember, you're not him.
Yeah,
So if he's
remember
my-
that you're not a real boy.
so if he's my
You know,
exact
yeah.
clone doing exactly what I would do, then all the ways.
But with a little bit added stress of having an existential crisis.
Does he know he's a clone?
Yes.
Okay. That's an important assumption in
Yeah.
the story.
I'd have to
so-
kill him, dude.
no.
Because if I was a clone, I'd kill my master.
He knows.
Dude, that's what I would do.
Why do you call it a master?
Because you're his fucking clone.
See, your clone is killing you guys are killing each other, and me and my clone.
There can
are
only
out
be
getting
one.
laid. We're all getting. Me and my clone are out getting laid.
Would you rather have a clone of yourself,
Yes.
or would you have rather have a robot with AI that looks exactly like yourself and is programmed to be like you, but he's not organically human,
I mean,
so you can turn him off?
that's different. That's a totally
But
different.
he's gonna be sentient though, and he's gonna want to murder you to replace you.
Then
Wait,
no.
even
No.
mine, because mine is getting laid. Like my guy got no reason.
Mine
I'm
is
not a murderer.
neurotic and unhappy, so mine is gonna be depressive.
Yeah.
So I'm fucked up.
But the thing is, like, so here's the paradox here is that if you have a clone
Yeah.
that goes off and does his own thing, then he's no longer like maybe he was your clone at the formation of it, but since that moment he's
The
gone
moment
off,
he's turned on, it's
he's
different.
become a different person than
Yeah.
you
Sure.
completely.
Yep.
Yes.
Right.
Agreed.
But but the paradox is that he would do what you do.
Well,
Right.
I guess the paradox is
'Cause
now
would
you
he-
definitely can claim ownership.
Because
Is there
another
an
version of
ethical-
me could want to. He could be doing something else. If he didn't have this, maybe he would be.
What's gonna happen
If he
is
lived somewhere else?
what I feel like knowing you a little bit is
knows?
that if you had a
He
clone,
would be gay, though. I know that for
no,
sure.
no, yeah, he'd be gay, yeah. Or, gay. No, is that he would see which girls you're banging, and he would try to bang them to prove he's better than you, and
Yeah,
still not
that's definitely
and
what
you
it is.
would try to bang the chicks he's banging, behind his back,
would just be an enemy.
and then you would
Yeah,
immediately
you'd
be
have to kill
enemies.
each other.
And you would
Yeah.
compete for comedy. You would argue for hours on end, just getting high and arguing about, hey, dude, like you're not funny, or you're not funny.
Does he make his own money? How does he make money?
The way you're making
Exactly what
money.
you do.
So he's also
He's gonna procrastinate and like teach online and see weird jobs. And like, be like, hey, like we already have.
That's the paradox. Would he do that, or would he? Because since he's his own person from the moment of conception, technically.
Well, that's impossible to know.
Is he on a completely different path and does a totally different path of things?
Hard to say.
I mean?
All right.
Does
So
he be a doctor? Does he go to med school?
I have to be serious for a moment.
Does he become a mercenary?
To me, when I think about this, it's hard for me not to go like, because this is so silly and fun. I hope I don't derail it, but I think about it and I hear about it and I hear him fighting himself so much, and I'm sitting here wanting to get like a guy to get more shit done. Like I'd work with him, you know. Is that how much? Is this like is this self-destructive? Like is this a thing of? Is this?
If you had a clone, let's move it to you. You can move it to me after. Like, if you had a clone, what's gonna happen is like you are always looking to see if you can have somebody help you do shit that you're not finishing.
Yeah.
But your clone is gonna be the same way.
Yeah.
But you're not gonna help each other.
Why not?
Because you're gonna both think that you're not the right person to help you because that guy just doesn't get shit done. So you're gonna both try to look for somebody else. So you're gonna be great friends. You're gonna play PlayStation and get high and procrastinate together.
We're gonna fuck each other a lot.
And you're
gonna fuck.
Yeah.
We would have a podcast and fuck each other. That's what we do.
And you're sorry.
He's saying we wouldn't even get a podcast.
My clone and
we just sit at home jerking off each other.
Yeah. You just jerk each other off, and you might have a podcast.
Yeah,
a Stoner Morning Show 2.0.
So unsatisfying.
And then you'd be like, hey, like, we should put on shows. We should talk to this guy. We should talk to that guy. Shouldn't we work on our set? What you might do, knowing you, is you'd be really efficient at like
making up a new set.
No, yeah, you write material.
Yeah,
and then you'd be like, you would pretend to be the one single guy. That's what you would do, and be like, hey, you do today's show, I'll do tomorrow's show. And then you can just be lazy about it.
Even lazier
That's what you would do.
That is good. I like that.
Lazy.
I actually like that. That's horrible.
Yeah. Let's be one guy. If I had a twin or whatever, I
wouldn't get double the work done. I'd be able to get less work done. I mean, the same amount of work done.
Yo, it would be like
less.
it would
have
be like
the same wife, whatever. Just I'm gonna go on holidays for a year now. You deal with this. I'm gonna fuck off, and then
so you want to be the Prestige, basically. You want to be Christian Bale in Prestige.
What was he in Prestige again? I can't remember.
He was a guy. Remember Tesla's machine?
Yeah, I remember the movie, but I remember the story.
Right. So the story was there's Christian Bale and Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
They're competing magicians.
No, Christian Bale, though, had a real belter.
Right, exactly. So they had that one trick where the disappearing door or whatever, where he would walk into a doorway and disappear and come out another doorway.
But the real trick was that nobody knew that there was twins.
Right.
He literally hit himself the whole time.
So you would want...
even to the point of, like, I think one of them lost a finger or
I went to see
something.
that movie.
Exactly.
So the other guy literally cut his finger off.
Yes. And then it turned out Tesla's machine did replicate shit, and it was kind of like all in vain what Hugh Jackman pursued and everything. And he also died at the end of it, I think.
No, Hugh Jackman did something amazingly unethical to just do something that he thought was, what he made. He made something impossible, but it was completely
and he was killing these clones.
But he was
right. The trick was he was killing the people that fell in that water.
He was literally making clones of himself, and then instantly murdering.
That's the same movie.
And then literally murdering them instantly.
Oh, dude, I need to rewatch this.
Yeah, and you don't find out till the last
end, but
you don't find out till the last.
Watched it. I can't spoil it. So you spoiled it.
No. The way my brain works, and this is something really beneficial to me, is that I forget shit. So as long as I wait long enough for a movie that I loved to pass, I can watch it again and be like, oh, okay, I kind of remember that there's magicians and I liked it, so I'll just rewatch this.
That's what I do. The first time I watch a movie, I get super stoned. So the next time I watch it, I'm like, oh.
I don't need to get stoned to forget shit.
Yes. I'm efficient with movies. I watch it and then I'm all right, got it.
That's sad because I get to rewatch great shit.
I get 2 movies. That's why like acid. They say hopefully in 20 years I can feel it again.
Yeah.
But will you rewatch comedies?
Yeah, for sure.
But you remember the joke.
Yeah.
It still makes you laugh. Same amount.
Yeah. No, it'll be a different part of the joke. I'll find a nuance or something different about it. There'll just be a tone or rhythm, but the brain and the magic of it's still there.
So Hugh Jackman would murder all his clones.
Yeah, but how come Hugh Jackman would murder all his clones, but none of his clones would murder him?
Because
they
don't get a chance.
They
come to die.
They come into the world and then they drop into a bucket of water.
Instantly drown
in front of a crowd.
Now, what was shitty is that he kept them all. Like he kept making new chambers. Like he think about the production of him having to make those chambers because wasn't there like a whole bunch of like.
Why wouldn't he bury them or burn them?
That's what I'm thinking.
That takes a lot of space.
And creepy to just keep all these dead bodies around and sitting in formaldehyde.
Maybe
whatever the fuck.
He's using it for evil.
I would. All right, what kind of clone shit would Rick do if Rick made a clone? What's your expectation that you? Why would you make a clone? What do you think you'd do if you had a clone?
Like the thing is, I would make a clone hoping that he would succeed where I failed.
Yes,
but he
of
wouldn't.
Course. That's your perspective. So what is?
Yeah.
So what are some things that you?
I would like to see myself succeed, but I feel like I can't do it. But maybe my clone would. But that he would probably just.
What's
fail
so funny is when we were kind of joking before, is Rick said for sure he talked like his clone would be successful, and then he'd be resentful.
Yeah.
Of it.
No, if he was.
If he was, so
I
you wouldn't even
resentful.
learn. You wouldn't. You also wouldn't partner up with your guy. You would just. If he did, you'd let him be on his own.
Well,
and just...
I'm not sure about that. I've been thinking about it while we were talking, and I was thinking, well, I hate having an office job. I mean, I don't hate what it provides for me, but I hate just being in an office environment, and it's difficult for me. It drains my life, but I'm really disciplined at doing it.
Sure.
So I'm pretty sure my clone would kind of like somehow have that culture of self-sacrifice and just living through hate as well.
Sure.
Just have that ability.
But now you guys could double up and get the hateful work done quicker.
Yeah, we could. I think we would. I definitely would try to convince my clone, so I think he would agree with me because he would be me.
Yes.
That we should definitely team up.
Yes.
To be extremely lazy. We would do that shit.
But not late. But I also think you'd be disciplined enough to actually get some shit done.
The only thing I don't know where we would be if we would be happy or not is that if we're two people, we'd get half the money for the same job.
Yeah.
But we will also work half the time.
Yeah.
So. If we both reach the same level of comfort, right now, I would be willing to live with half of my wage.
Yeah.
If I could just work from home
but
forever.
you get double your time.
Yeah.
To do what you want.
Yeah, exactly.
Now but I also think that these guys, these two Ricks, would be sitting around like they'd share the apartment. They'd have separate rooms and they'd live separate lives. They'd barely work with each other. They'd just do the work. They would. That's the one thing. They'd do these.
They would talk online. That's what they would talk.
Yeah, no, it would be efficient.
They would put up a schedule on the board that they wouldn't use because the sheer fact that other Rick exists is hateful to himself. He just knows that he's really not bringing extra value to the world.
Well, other Rick would be also neurotically organized, and the apartment would be kept super clean. Probably there would be a dividing line in the apartment. That's his bedroom, his half of the living room, my half of the living room, my bedroom. Yeah. He does his shit, I do my shit. Every task would be scheduled and ordered and organized. And we would also fight a lot because I fight with myself a lot.
Yeah.
And then,
well, that's why I think that you would make it so that you wouldn't even have to see each other.
Yeah, talk online, I guess.
Yeah, you would just literally leave post-it notes. Whatever's the most efficient and least interaction with each other. Yes. Just the sheer fact that other person exists.
Yeah, like if one of us died, I don't think the other would know for a long time.
Yeah. You'd get really annoyed for a while, like, why the fuck is other Rick not doing his shit?
Well, listen, are we playing with the rules? Like, this clone is aware that he's a clone?
Choose the rules that you want, yeah, sure, he's aware he's a clone.
He knows he's a clone. Yeah. So far, every time the clone knows he's a clone. So that's why I think Rick is pretty pragmatic about shit.
But what does that even mean? Like, okay, so how is there not an immediate subservient relationship between the master and the clone?
Because I acknowledge his right to be a human.
Yeah.
But he's not a human.
He is.
And he's also...
Did he pass through the legs of a woman?
It's an opportunity to treat myself the way I'd want to be treated by somebody else.
I consider a clone the same way that I would consider somebody who got adopted.
Yeah.
That's totally... But they didn't just come out from science, though.
Science didn't invent this person.
In vitro babies. It doesn't negate
science invented this person. So if anything, I would be like, you should be a scientist.
But what?
Right?
But there's in vitro kids.
Think about what he just said.
Yeah, I know. I understand what he said. I just don't know where to go with this.
Frogs and scientists have science. Scientists.
Hey, like you were born through. Hey, you were born. Yeah. So if somebody gave natural birth in water, that should be a swimmer child. Or like a scuba diver forever,
and you should be like a what is it?
You should play ping pong, professional ping pong player.
Throwing luggage into an airplane. Is that what you should be doing?
Because that's what birthed me.
No, yeah. I mean, you are a bit of a Thai whore.
But it's totally different.
Sorry.
Yeah, why are you not a prostitute right now?
But that's my
logic.
But that's different.
Got broken.
But that's different. That's different. All right, well, here's
Anyway,
how
your
it's different.
clone
Here's
would
how
be-
it's different.
This is the thing that you're not getting.
Science-
Which seems really unethical to me. Is
Well,
that you
but
wouldn't
he's a
treat
lot
your
closer.
clone-
The clone is a lot closer to
You
science than
wouldn't
I
treat-
am to throwing luggage in an
You
airplane.
know that you don't
You know
want
what
to
I
be
mean?
treated a certain way, but you would make that person who has all your emotions and feelings be treated a way that you don't want to be treated.
Well, it's a clone. It's my slave, dude. That's the
No.
rule. Yeah, it's my clone slave.
Okay, but
That's the rule. That's the rule for. I'm pretty sure that's the rule for clones.
That's only your. No, that's only your. You're baffled by us thinking that we would treat.
Well,
our
think about this. If I
clones as
can't,
equals.
if there's anyone to make
In
a
fact,
slave,
Rick goes farther than saying, he's saying that he comes with all the flaws and stuff.
if you
so
can't be mad at you can't be mad at this ethical debate because it's me and I'm going through. You don't think I'm suffering putting my clone through this?
No, but
I'm
okay.
suffering. This is my clone. It's me
but
doing
there's
this.
a discussion
It's
we
my
haven't
clone living
had.
this life,
have no empathy.
not getting
We-
laid. I feel bad for this thing.
We
but-
have not discussed under
Yeah,
what
you should feel bad, and you
Yeah.
should
My
stop
clone.
you from treating him like that. You're the one controlling that problem. His problems are like all the problems that you have, plus some other guy.
Well, that's the life of a clone. I'm sorry that you're a clone, dude.
Yeah,
That's
we
that's
don't
just-
know.
sorry, you're
We
my
have not
slave.
established in what world and
You're
rules
mine.
we get clones, really, or why we would get a clone. So probably the reason that Chris would get a clone might be different than yours or mine.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but I know that, like you, if you get a clone, he hates. Or if I had a clone, I fucking hate being controlled by people,
Sure.
and I'd rebel against myself. So
I-
my
I-
clone would do that.
And I know that by me even imposing those
Yeah.
rules would make me all of a sudden adversarial.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Would he keep your name?
Sorry.
What's his clone's name?
Ric Diez too.
Well, I don't know.
His name is Ric Diez too.
I
How
didn't
about
choose
Dick
my name.
Diaz?
I
Dick-
didn't
Dick-
choose
Does he
my
have the,
name.
does he have
Yeah,
the
you
same
didn't choose
name?
it. Would
Sorry?
you give yourself a chance to name yourself?
Does the clone have the same
Yes.
name as you?
No, I would-
Because the second he doesn't have the
What would
same
you name
name, he's a
yourself?
he's a new
so
person.
right now, what would you name? What
He's a
would
new
you
person,
name yourself?
technically.
Dante.
Dante.
He's
Nice.
got a different identity.
My name would be Lamborghini Diablo.
Right. That's retarded.
Chris already figured that out.
But here's the thing: if you had a clone and he had,
Yo,
That's
let me
a
introduce
stupid
my
name.
clone, Lamborghini Diablo.
That should be how you're introduced on stage every
Yeah.
time. Coming on stage, Lamborghini Diablo. Yeah, I think.
I
it should
think
be-
if I did have a clone, this
Yeah.
would be. We would both decide
I'd have two
to
clones.
do something like an Andy Kaufman-esque, like to another character,
Yeah.
and get to dress up as another person and play.
But
off
if this
each
person,
other.
check this out. If this person's a
almost
clone
certain
of me,
I'd have
if I want a clone, and I make a clone, and this clone is like me, he's also going to want a clone, and then he'll make a clone of himself, and then eventually there'll just be a ton of clones because that's what the original clone wanted.
But you,
Right.
then
So that's in there.
Then the movie Multiplicity comes into play.
that desire
And
is
if
in
you
there.
haven't seen that, Rick, have you ever seen Multiplicity?
Yeah.
With Michael Keaton.
What
It's an
happens?
older. He makes a clone of himself, which then makes another clone to help him out. And each clone, what happens when you make a copy of a copy?
Yeah, it gets worse and worse.
It gets worse and worse, and he just gets more and more retarded.
That's not true.
Yeah, that's what happens.
No, but in reality, in science, when a cell splits in two, it just makes an exact.
That's how we-
duplicate.
No.
But
Cells
that's-
do get worse with time.
That's why you die.
Not off the initial mitosis, not that first division though.
That's
Yeah.
But the second
Yeah,
one,
but the
or the
clone is
third
going to
one,
be
or the
based
fifth
on
one.
a 30-year-old dude. And then the next clone is going to be based on a 31-year-old dude
Not
with
even that.
DNA is decaying slowly, and the little strands are
Oh,
slowly
okay.
getting
So you're
worse
saying
and
with
worse.
time, basically.
Yeah.
It all
Every
just depends
copy,
on time.
Yeah.
Every copy and every
Sure.
every copy and every
Okay.
deterioration gets
Right.
amplified.
If it's
Yeah.
older, if you're making an older clone of yourself, then yeah, of course. Right, that makes perfect
I
sense.
just wrote if I had a
But
clone.
that doesn't even make sense though.
I
You know
would-
what? You know what my clone would
Because if
do?
you make a clone, don't you make it from birth? You would have to make it a fetus. It would have to be
No, we have
it would
super,
have to go
we have
through
super
everything.
juices that you.
Yeah, we have to assume they appear looking
you-
exactly like us right
All right,
now.
What
here's
about
the
his
scenario.
childhood?
Here's the scenario right now. Right?
Yeah.
All right.
Go ahead.
You open your door,
Yes.
and then you open your door, and
Yeah.
there's another Rick standing right in front of you. What do
Yes.
you do?
I'd be
Murder
so
it.
scared.
Murder it
I'd be
instantly.
so scared.
Right?
I'd shut the door immediately
Yeah.
and be like, "What the fuck just happened? Who is this guy? Why is he here?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be pretty sure he's there to kill me.
That's why I go murder him first. Like I wouldn't even.
Yeah,
I
but you
think-
wouldn't know
Yeah,
because
that's what I
somebody
was
just
saying
knocked
from
on
the
your door by
beginning. You murder.
surprise.
No,
if
I know,
didn't
but
know that I
right,
had a clone.
once I made eye contact with somebody who looked like me that I didn't know was coming, I'm going at him.
Yeah, but if I had, but okay, but I suck at fighting.
Especially
So if I open the door,
Yeah.
I know immediately that
he has a weapon.
I opened the door with good intentions.
Yes.
He's already ready to kill me. I'm not. Just the race I have to go to get a knife or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm already getting stabbed in the back immediately.
Yeah, you got to shut that door. I get that.
Yeah, I have to shut that door.
But you're going for a knife, and then you're grabbing your shit and trying to get a go bag and run.
I would immediately no. I would immediately try to see how I can murder it.
Yes.
Immediately.
So you're assuming this thing wants to murder you. That's
You
the
have to,
assumption.
right?
No. There's the doubt. I have to eliminate it immediately.
Yes.
Just to fuck, because if
Why
there's
don't
a
you
clone
ask
of me out there, there might be more.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. I don't know why there's a
Yeah.
clone. I don't know what the purpose of that clone is.
Yeah, and if he was gonna do
It can't be good. It can't be good. It can't be
he
good.
should have sent me a text.
Yes.
He-
Why wasn't I informed? If
Yes.
this appears, it
Yes.
can't. He's
It
there
can't.
to replace me.
Yes,
So
exactly.
he has to die. He has to die right now.
Yeah, I agree with you. Chris, if you can.
Because if I run away,
That's
then
what
he's
I've been
gonna
saying.
replace my life.
I think I've said that.
No, but
No.
you, in the other scenario, you made the clone. You
Yeah.
made it.
Oh.
To have a slave.
But yeah,
So it's okay to kill a clone if you didn't make it?
yes,
Yes, for sure.
for sure. Because somebody else did without you. There
Yeah,
did
somebody
something
stole your
unethical.
DNA.
Yeah.
That's the clone I'd want to chill with. That's not the clone I'd kill.
What?
No, if you open,
That's
if
the
you
clone I would
your
chill with.
door and you saw Chris, you're
No.
gonna.
If
I'm
you
like, don't
open
kill
the
me.
door,
I'm
you
like,
would be
dude.
high as fuck. The Chris on the other guy would be on the other side would be high as fuck and be like, "Hey, dude, I was supposed to murder you." Be like, "Ah,
But
I
now,
get it.
hey, but-
Hey, let's just fucking chill, bro."
I want to,
Yeah.
but I
Maybe I
appreciate,
could suck your dick.
I appreciate life.
Maybe I can brush your hair.
Well, a clone of me would never kill something because I
in
don't-
in the last scenario, when you made the clone, you knew that clone was going to replace you. But now,
Right.
when somebody else makes your clone without telling you,
sure.
you think that clone is going
Right.
to come and just want to hang out with you.
But I'm not his master. I'm assuming he has a master. Does that make sense?
Well, he's got owners. Somebody made him.
Exactly. So
Well,
that's the guy that's
now-
in danger.
now
That's
that's
the guy
where-
in
that's
danger.
what made
If anything, we would
Rick
team up.
now.
Like, let's go team up and kill the guy that fucking made you, and then I'll set you free.
Yeah, the one thing
That's
that,
what I would do.
Yeah, the one thing that would stop me from murdering
If I,
myself
right.
is I would think, okay, who made him?
Yeah.
So maybe I need to follow him and trace it back to see what how he got made.
Mm.
'Cause if I just kill him, I have no information.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But that's only if you can get in control of him. My first instinct is kill him or control him.
If you had to torture your clone, how would you torture your clone? Because you know what makes you suffer, right?
Probably.
Well,
I
I
would
would-
try to fuck him.
I would. I would just win him over.
That's the trick. I hate myself this whole time.
Why wouldn't he tell me who his creator was, though? Why wouldn't he give me the information I asked for if I...
You don't know that this clone. You don't know if this clone has been made the same way we made these
Is
clones.
he just physically
We don't
like me,
know-
or
we
is he
don't know-
mentally like me?
We don't know the rules. This guy just showed up looking like you. Maybe he doesn't have your memories. We don't know. We didn't control him.
Right.
We don't have.
I'm
We don't have
assuming he
any.
doesn't.
We don't
I'm
have
assuming
any
he doesn't.
information except that he showed up,
At that point, he's just a guy that looks like me. Then,
Yeah.
then that's a totally different thing.
and that doesn't terrify you. That this guy shows up on your doorstep without knowing.
Yo, you
anything
want to
about-
fuck some chicks?
I'll tell you, it would
You want
be-
to do tag team some chicks?
Rick, tell me this wouldn't scare you more.
Yeah.
Is if that guy dressed in the exact same outfit you were wearing right now. Like if Ric Diez showed up and he had a hoodie on,
Yeah.
then
Yeah, there's gotta be an
that's different.
explanation.
But if he's dressed exactly like you're dressed right now,
I wouldn't go to clone. If I saw that, the first thing in my
So
head
you
would
think
be
that that's one
dimension. Would be time travel. Would be
Well,
something else.
that's what you think?
I wouldn't. My first thing would
man,
be
you're
clone.
getting murdered.
My
The
first
thing
jump would be
is
clone.
I don't like for as much as I have like murder fantasies
Yeah.
or whatever, like you have like violence. At least I do sometimes, but. I would be like, he can't fight for shit. He's gonna be afraid of getting
You don't
hurt
know
either.
that. You don't know that.
He's my clone,
Yeah, but there's no
He's
assumption.
me.
But there's no assumption.
but he's
of
not
how it's
stronger
viewed.
than me.
That
True.
might be true, but he has the.
But he might be mentally different than you.
But he has the advantage of surprise. That's one of the reasons why your first instinct.
Yeah,
is,
but he would also have the fears of doing it that I would have.
You're not.
Of entering a physical
You
confrontation
don't
that
know
I
if
would
he's
have.
been trained. What if they cloned him and they've been training him and they gave him the, you know?
But that would mean he got cloned as a baby and then grew up for a long time
Maybe,
and then had
yes.
time to be trained.
But you don't know
if
this.
he just got cloned, was incubated in a and okay, maybe he was fed knowledge,
Like a full-grown
like fighting
dude,
knowledge
yeah.
through the tube or something, and
Sure.
implanted memories of
Agreed.
fighting.
I like this.
And then he just appears as a more efficient me.
I just think, for me, if there's a dude who looks like me and I don't know where he came from,
Yeah.
like if he's there for not nefarious reasons, he'd be hitting me up like, "Yo, this is what's happening."
Yeah.
But if it's not good, he just shows up out of nowhere. Then it's like especially if he's dressed like. I mean, I have a disadvantage because I almost wear the same thing every fucking day. But
I'm glad you're wearing sleeves, by the way.
thank you. But most everybody says that. All right.
If you saw a guy dressed like you.
Everybody says that. Everybody says that. Yeah, I'd kill myself. I'd kill my clone like a motherfucker. I find it ridiculous. Do you find how ridiculous? Like to me, the opposite of his brain works. That's the thing that gets crazy.
Well, I would just enslave clones and murder the ones I
the ones you make.
The ones I make, I murder, and then
I like
the ones that I find, I'll kill their owners, and then I'll build an army.
I like that he knows that he make multiple clones.
But you're gonna build an army.
That's what I would do if I had a
procrastinators.
Clone, I would build an army. No, but we come together and we motivate each other.
Yeah, and they would all be dishonorably discharged or whatever it is. They would all get thrown out.
Build an army.
Every one of them would join an army, but every one of them would have a plan at the end of that war where, like, I'm going to be.
I think if I had a clone,
would they eat fruit?
What I would do is immediately start a cult amongst my clones. Yeah, I would try to get like leader. Me, obviously, the original.
Yeah. Why would they respect you?
Exactly.
Why would they ever respect you?
Because I have an idea, and if I have the good
but
idea...
But they also would think that their idea is better than your idea.
Yeah. No, but what if we all have the same idea because we're clones? So what
if
I make
they
that...
They would all think that they should be the leader.
I make this idea in my head, and then I clone myself.
If you were cloned...
So the clones come with that idea packaged inside.
They already know it.
Right.
They
already know, like,
shit. I'm one of the clones. Fuck me.
Right. You're one of the clones. But you're not going to be.
But I already agreed to this.
You're going to have. Listen, this is going to be a good life. All right. But we have an agenda. All right.
Yeah.
And this is a cult. And this is what we're going to do. And I'll just have a fucking.
What's
cult.
your agenda?
I don't know. I haven't decided. But it would be something along the lines of like, if I had clones of myself, I would just think of cool shit to do and make money and fucking scandals.
It sounds to me like
fucking just like eventually just get power, consolidate power, and maybe all six of us pretend to be one person, right?
Yeah. You would think of cool shit.
And listen, it would be like this. I wouldn't like we're not going to be Chris Raufeisen either. Like we can go if you want. We'll go make a completely new person. We can all pitch in and just be this fucking thing, but I'm gonna organize it and decide what the agenda is. And that's what we're gonna do.
That's where you're gonna kill each other.
If you clone yourself, would you give your clones a bigger dick than you?
If you had that power, if you had that power to, you wouldn't give your clone a bigger dick.
Yeah, of course. Well,
so everybody would know the original has a smaller dick.
Why does he need a bigger dick?
Well, I would. If I had that technology, I would also give myself a giant dick.
Can't do it. It only works on clones.
Yeah, because you design.
I would be able to
do
it.
You do gene splicing. Whatever.
Well, I would just eat that gene for like it's a pill or something and get a big dick, a giant dick.
You're grown now.
I mean, we all know you want a bigger dick.
No, but like I'm talking like a hog.
Yeah, but would you be generous? Would you be generous enough, knowing that you can't do it for yourself? Would you be able to give that to another human, even if it is your own clone?
No, particularly
you saying if I had a clone, I wouldn't. If I could choose a dick size, like in a fucking it's like I'm playing The Sims and I'm creating a character.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I can create his dick size.
Yeah.
That would make that dick enormous, dude. That would make that dick.
So none of them would be functional human beings.
Would you make it so big that they couldn't fuck, and that's how you stop them from fucking?
I think I'd make one with a massive. Well, might be the leader eventually, so I'd have to kill him. I don't know. But he went crazy with power.
If he makes his dick big enough, he won't be able to fuck.
But he'd be the leader, though. He's right.
Would you concede to a man with a bigger dick than you just because the?
No, well, listen. I have a totally good dick size. There's no need to change the dick size for this model. You know what I'm saying? But there's this. I
don't complain about my dick, but I give my clone a bigger dick if I get a good chance.
What I've been built with is totally acceptable. You know what I mean? Like this has always worked. So it'll work for the clone. If I want to throw a couple extra inches on it for this clone, yeah. I mean, if I can, and I'm like, I gave you that fucking job whenever, and I would, right. If I own that dick, that's my dick.
Yeah, but that guy would be like, dick. He'd be like, shut up, you small dick motherfucker. Tell you to shut up right up.
And he would shut up.
Well, I would like pull out. I would like hit the switch that shrank his dick or something.
You know what the problem with?
I would have a kill switch.
I would have a kill switch.
Kill switch.
Like, he sees his clone fucking his girlfriend and be like, hey, click switch.
Yeah.
But if I had that technology, then realistically, I could just make myself have a huge dick if I wanted to. Probably. If I have the ability to create,
2 different sciences.
I can create life.
2 different sciences.
So I can also make my dick bigger. Like that's the two, dude. Like those two, like the, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure Einstein could have made his dick bigger if he tried.
If you put your energy to it, maybe. But that's not it. You know what I'm saying?
If If I had a clone, that's what I would do.
Building a clone
If I had a
series.
clone, we would just be scientists and try to make a
bigger dick version. The pill to
trying
make your dicks bigger.
trying to make our dicks bigger. That's what I'd build an army of
All right,
scientists.
now that I
clones.
made another me, we could finally do my ultimate work.
I mean, I think if,
Get my dick
And
bigger.
then we figure it out,
if
and we
we
all
all-
get huge dicks.
if we all had
Monster
the technology
hogs.
to make clones, I mean, at least me. Okay, I'm assuming that's if I wouldn't start by cloning me. I would start by cloning a bunch of chicks and make them brainless or something, but also smart enough that they can all consent
Whoa,
and
that's a
have
totally different-
enough rationale to
Yeah, what are we
consent.
talking about?
But
Dudes
be
for?
conditioned.
Like,
Yeah, just be
like
conditioned.
cloning ourselves? That's boring.
Wait. So would you clone yourself? Because the only ethical way
No,
to
I wouldn't
clone,
clone myself, no.
You clone because you can't just clone. You'd have to get permission from a girl
Yeah.
to clone her, and then also tell her, listen, but what I'm gonna do is make you a fuck doll. You know, like your clone is gonna be a fuck doll. Or can you just take
That's
your
creepy as
genes,
fuck.
which is the
That's
ethical
so
way,
creepy.
and make yourself into a female version of yourself?
Yeah, but would I fuck myself if I was a
You
girl?
make a
Well,
female version of yourself?
Make a female version.
Fuck
with
no,
the
that's
work-
incest.
With a no, it's
No.
not.
Yes,
It's
it
not.
is.
No,
You're-
No, it's not.
It's like fucking your twin sister. How is it not
No,
incest?
because it's not. It's
It's the
you.
same
It's
genetics.
made from you.
It's you.
Yeah, exactly. It's
It's
you.
more owning. It's like now you're owning. Like this is.
If you fucked yourself and all of yourself got the same genetics
It
as
is kind
you
of
and you
incest.
pass on the same genetics, that's a
But I
fucking
don't
mess.
wanna-
you're not making a
It's a
baby.
genetic mess.
You're not making a baby. You can't pass it on. It's like a.
Yeah, but the fact that it would
Or
make
maybe
a,
we can make
but
it
the,
cool. I
the
don't
fact
know.
that the outcome would be a ridiculously, what's it called?
I think
Like
listen,
mentally.
Oh, no, no,
cognitive-
no,
It's like putting
troubled
TikTok. It's
baby.
like putting TikTok in front of that filter, and whatever
You
you
get
look like
deformed.
is what becomes back, and you'd be
But
like.
wouldn't
The
we
product
all
would be inbred, so that means the action should
What do
is
you mean
wrong.
the thing is inbred? It's
But
not
would-
inbred. You're the baby. If you had a baby,
Yes, exactly. So the act that made that baby, even if it doesn't make a baby,
No,
is
it
still
is-
fucked
it's
up.
incest.
The act of fucking that thing
Okay,
that
no,
would.
okay, but forget about the incest. Let's pretend
Just-
it's not incest.
I'm not.
If you could clone yourself into a female version of yourself,
yeah,
I know that I would probably be too shallow and be like, I'm too ugly to fuck that.
I disagree.
Would you?
Yeah, because I'd love to fuck you.
yeah. You
No,
would
no,
want
no.
to fuck my female
Actually,
self. Maybe. I'm talking about me
He wants to
fucking
put
my
his dick
female me.
inside
No,
you.
that
and
was
come.
just an easy joke.
Like, I would reject
This is
me.
why I disagree with you because biologically science has said that we're prone to be attracted to things that we already have, right? So even if you recognize that you're not
Thank you
as
for
attractive
touching
as you'd like to be, that's because I want you to be comforted.
I think
to
that's
know that you
bullshit,
are
though.
more attractive than we're all more attractive and also uglier to some people and more attractive to some people than we ever give credit for.
Yes.
But when you see you're attracted to what you're attracted to, some people are really attracted to the opposites to fill out your genetic code, and some people are attracted to people who are who want to because they have genetic codes that they want to duplicate. I think that if you saw a genetic opposite of you,
Yeah.
you'd be more prone to want to fuck it.
A genetic
Listen,
opposite would be like.
if
Not genetic opposite, a genetic replica,
A gender
of
opposite,
a gender
right?
opposite. I think you'd be more prone to be. Listen, this is why there's a lot of cousin fucking, because especially when they don't even know it's happening, or like how many times like that's the only real incest stories you ever hear.
I know
It's
this.
like
I know this.
One people like that on the other side of town, and the dad was fucking around 20 years earlier.
If I could clone myself and there was a female version of myself,
Yeah.
I know for sure that we would have the conversation because we
Yes.
would both think about it, knowing me,
Yeah.
and we would entertain it and be like, no, it's wrong because it's incest. And then at some
Yes.
point we both be like, yeah, but we do jerk off, don't we? So we already fuck ourselves. So why don't keep fucking ourselves just a different
It's a
ourselves?
form of masturbation.
So,
It's a form of masturbation.
let's just try that, and then we would try it out,
No,
and
it's
then
not.
we
Then
would
you'd be
both be
really uncomfortable.
ashamed and
Yeah.
guilty and like,
Yeah.
ugh,
So
and then
rough.
just in denial
Yeah.
and hiding it,
Uh-huh.
and then like 2 years later, just do it again.
Exactly.
And just talk to myself at night, just be like, hey, like I miss you kind of, but like I'm
I
regretting.
don't know why, but that was the hardest hard on. And she comes back and she's like, I've never been wetter. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think, yeah.
I've been jerking off to this for a
Like-
long time, but also like, let's
Yeah.
that's right. It's just
Sex really covers over a lot of ethical boundaries. Yeah, agreed.
So you would make a duplicate of yourself and make it a gender.
Yeah,
and you fuck it.
Yeah, and I'd make her like do squats more so she could get a good ass.
But it's you.
Yeah, I'd probably be really attracted. Listen, I already was talking about fucking the gay guy. You know,
But
like,
realistically, you would be all right. So
I
the
don't.
chromosome that makes you a man.
Yeah, so I'd lose
Right.
my head. I'd be more feminist.
So you be but you're still fucking
But
the
it's
daughter
just
of your
like-
father, technically.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So you would just openly
Yeah.
Fuck someone that is also related to your father.
No. That's different. I mean, I understand what you're saying.
And you would say that it's. And you would say that it's.
But I wouldn't fuck one of my brothers.
It's masturbation because it's myself.
I wouldn't consider it.
Well, what is it? What is? But that is exactly.
Because I didn't grow up with them, and I didn't have the social boundaries of not fucking them.
So would you? So if you would you fuck your twin sister if it was separated at birth and you met up 30 years later?
That happens. You don't know.
Yeah, if I didn't know.
You would?
Yeah, if I didn't know.
Yeah.
Well, what if you did know and she still kind of wanted
I
it?
could just go home and jerk off then.
What if she wanted to fuck you though?
But your scenario doesn't make sense because what you're saying is, what if you meet a girl that you don't know is your twin sister, but you're both attracted to each other? Will you fuck her? Yeah, of course you would fuck a girl if you're both attracted.
Yeah, if you don't have a reason to. If you don't have a reason to.
No, you found out that she's your sister
before fucking her.
Before fucking her.
Yeah.
But she still is down to fuck you.
Yeah.
So would you fuck your sister is the question. If she was down to
would you fuck your newly found out sister?
If I didn't grow up with her?
Yeah.
No. But I'd probably go home and jerk off.
To her?
Yeah.
That's fine.
I go home to thinking about I go home and think about it. And then I would watch some incest porn and be like, oh, now I get it.
Do you remember?
Because I know like for me, okay, I knew of the existence of my sister for a long time, but I only met her in my 20s. Mm-hmm. I know for a fact that the answer for me is no. Like I wouldn't fuck my sister.
Is it because you're not attracted to her?
Yeah, no. Also, she has she kind of like has the same behavioral traits I do, and she's annoying the same way I'm annoying. So I'm not judging her.
Yeah.
Well, she's like, no, she's my sister. She's my sister.
Now, what if she said that she wants to fuck you though?
No, I'd run away.
I wouldn't.
Honestly,
that's the only reason why I'd go home and jerk. Like that's the
no. But this is why I know for sure that I see her as a sister, and it's like no, there's just no way.
Let's wipe the slate.
There's something
that
I'm not.
I'll answer why because you said why. Like for me, it would be just because I'm that perverted. That's as simple as that.
Let's move it out.
I have a scenario to jerk off, and I go, what would play out?
Let's wipe the slate. Let's go out further out in the family. What about cousins? What about someone you just found out was your cousin, first cousin?
I'm happy enough just jerking off.
Okay, let's do something more plausible. What if you have sex with a girl?
I think it's gotta be.
No, what if you have sex with a girl that you meet, that you're attracted to, and then 1 month later
you find out that
she's your cousin or your sister or whatever?
Yeah,
that's fucked up.
Do you keep going?
I know my family enough that would never happen. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you know that you're.
There's no way in my family tree that.
Yeah, but you're deviating, right? You're not entering the scenario. Like,
so if I'm in that scenario, I wouldn't be in that. I would never be in that scenario.
See, you have to allow yourself to do this.
See, because for me, I know that if it happened to me...
for a mental exercise.
Because
fuck your cousin.
Because you make us think about racist animals. You know? And so you can't just allow yourself to...
What if they are, though? They fucking could be. You don't know this.
Wouldn't you I would
they
feel
could
conflicted.
Have prejudice.
I would feel conflicted. I'd be like, on the one hand, I'd be like, oh my god, this is totally shameful. It's bad genetically. It's incest. It's dangerous for health. Like, if you had a child or whatever, it's dangerous for its health or whatever.
It's terrible.
It's also my family. It's gonna be a mess.
Yeah.
On the other hand, I'm not getting laid that much, and we're both down to fuck. So, like, what's gonna win here? Just like, because if we're both down to fuck, and we already did it, and we enjoyed it, and we kind of want to keep doing it. I would feel really conflicted.
That's a very Habsburg mindset.
No, it's not a Spanish thing.
I know. But it is a European monarch thing, though.
No.
Inbreeding.
No, inbreeding is clearly more of a southern U.S. thing than it is a European thing.
No, but it's a European
you are famously inbreeding.
But what about European monarchs?
It's a human thing.
But I'm not a monarch.
What about the Habsburgs? What about the Habsburgs?
But I'm not a monarch.
True. I'm just arguing the point that we copied you guys. You know, if anything, we copied European royalty.
In the Bible, Noah, after the flood, nobody talks about this, but in the Bible, after the flood, the story is that his two daughters, got him drunk and fucked him.
That's the story?
It's in the Bible.
That's not the Bible's awesome.
The two girls
if they
got
made
him
that,
drunk and fucked him?
Noah's daughters, got him drunk, because Noah was drunk in the Bible.
Okay.
Got him drunk and fucked him.
That's rape, though.
That's not
rape.
So they raped Noah.
They date raped.
They raped their dad.
Yeah. But raping is not one of the 10 Commandments, so there's okay.
But I think if there was a real Noah and it got written down, I bet he was like a daughter fucker, and then he just like, I was drunk. And they're like,
I was drunk.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
And they just justify it. But it was so well known that he fucked his daughters that they couldn't not mention it. You know, it was just that bad of a thing that
It's weird. What
it's weird that they talk about.
What's weird is what are we attracted to? You know what I mean? But what are we attracted to?
I like that they also blame the women in that. Like,
and what could you be attracted to so much that would make you want to fuck your cousin? You know what I'm saying?
The idea was there was nobody else to fuck except they had nobody.
I mean, back then that was what 2,000-3,000. First of all, that didn't even happen. But let's say in that time period, like 4,000 years ago, sure, 3,000 years ago, sure, whatever.
Lack of opportunity.
It would have been 65 to 7,000.
People living in the Levant, people living in the Middle East, 2,000 years ago, wasn't a lot of pussy going around.
No, a lot of people were fucking a lot of people before we
fucking
had
second and third cousins.
Only in the last couple hundred years did people stop.
But I think for a huge period of time, the only women that people had access to were women in their own families.
Yeah.
Because you have the family meetings and the cousins and whatever, but you're not allowed to interact unless it's an arranged marriage or whatever.
Yeah, that's why we have such exaggerated races in humanity.
Instead of all being gray.
Yeah, you're gonna marry your cousin. That was fucking terrible.
Yeah, one thing I thought. Sorry, because if I met my female clone, I'd be like, hey, she's not gonna judge me.
Yeah.
Because that I would be attracted to.
Sure.
Just feeling accepted.
Yeah.
But
that'd be nice.
But listen, the truth is,
that's the whole thing about fucking a gay clone too.
Yes. It's why probably I would end up fucking my gay clone.
Yeah.
Just the idea that there's
no judgment, there's no real gayness.
And he's also not going to say anything.
It's a life experience. Yeah.
But
it's a human experience that without judgment.
Fucking people that are really inbred are dangerous in a way too. They're fucking dangerous. Like
could be.
Like I knew this dude, and his parents were cousins, and he was a crazy weirdo.
Sure.
Actually, the parents were cousins. That was a rumor, but I think it was true.
Yeah, but he's
in jail now. He's in jail for pedophilia or whatever. He's in jail for
you're talking about
cross state lines to solicit sex from a minor.
Horrible.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it was crazy. But that's the kind of person that's inbreeding does that.
That's what you could make if you're not careful.
Yeah, totally. Inbreeding is fuck. Well, you shouldn't do it. You should be like genetically. You should be like at least eight fucking separations from your family. I think or something like that.
I think it's over 3.
Like you should.
Nobody says that my 4th cousin removed.
Well, put it this way: if you're fucking someone and you find out that you have the same 8th relative back,
if you had my great grandfather was the same,
it's still weird to me.
That's still fucking crazy, and that's kind of.
It depends on where they live. To me,
it's probably happened before all the time.
It's like if this girl grew up in Germany or whatever, their family's still in Puerto Rico.
But like if you look at,
it would feel weird to me. But if I was the only one to know.
if you can look at a massive family tree of yourself and where you fit into like a global thing, you know what I mean? Like actually, if you can just imagine that, right? And you're fucking this chick, but you guys go like your closest relative is fucking 17 generations back in fucking medieval France or some shit, you know? That's like inevitable.
So do you think?
But the further away, the better chance we have of creating something because it's gonna go back in. You know what I mean?
So before anybody gets married, do you think that they should do like a 23andMe?
No, I don't think they should.
I think they should.
I think it should be
because it might be a reason not to do it.
Yeah, you want to be able to be like, oh shit, I fucked my cousin. Then
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Can I just say, you'd rather say, oh shit, I fucked my cousin, than say, oh shit, I can't fuck my cousin.
Well, dude,
that's what you're saying.
You know what's crazy?
That's what you're saying. Think about that.
I'll tell you right now. My grandfather.
Oh man, I can't fuck my cousin.
My Thai grandfather came from a family of 10 other dudes, 10 other people.
Mm-hmm.
So my grandfather was he was like the 8th of 10 kids or something like that. And I don't know any of us. I know they all had kids and they all have families, but I don't know any of those people. And that's 10. That's 10 people right there, 2 generations back that could walk around, and I could be fucking. I could be 40. I could be fucking
probably already.
Probably right. It's crazy.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, me neither.
One time I was fucking this chick and she had like my great grandpa's nose.
I heard you talk to me.
And I'm like, yo, like this is related. I was talking to this chick. I'm like, yo, man, I hope this chick ever related to me because her nose looks a lot like my great grandfather's.
But can I say?
I don't know.
Did it turn you on when you saw it?
No.
But out of all the things that we talked about, how he says no. But when he doesn't, like when he even thought about it, he's still fucking. Exactly.
That's why he was like, he noticed as he was
I'm not convinced she's.
You finished with the thought, oh shit, she might be related to me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, here's the crazy thing. My grandfather's from the south, right? He's from
Of Thailand or
yeah. He's from my Thai grandfather is from the south of Thailand. His 10 kids moved to Bangkok, and they lived in one room. And the oldest brother was a cop who abused the kids.
So
and then eventually, like the kids being my grandfather,
more and more plausible, like
right?
you're fucking your
And
family.
my grandfather left and just left his family, just ran away, and he became he worked on buses and put himself through school, became an architect, but he just stayed completely disconnected from that entire family, right? And I hope I didn't fuck my my cousin, bro. That would be fucked up. No, I don't think I fucked her, but she was from the. Like, here's the thing: every time a chick's like, I'm from the south. And she looks kind of like my grandfather. I'm like, and my grandfather's Asian, and we all kind of look alike. So it's kind of like, you know.
They moved to Bangkok,
yeah,
so they're all in Bangkok.
Yeah, and it is hard to tell you guys.
Like, yeah, dude.
It's horribly racist.
No, but for real.
Duly noted.
I've fucked hundreds of Thai chicks, so, you know.
Yeah.
I hope I haven't fucked anyone I'm
I
related
like how
to.
you build your own legend.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to do.
I've fucked 100 of women.
But I feel like that's only 3 generations back, but I feel like a lot of Thailand is very shit like just like that, where it's like,
hey, dude,
the people that they fucking settle down with are actually like they're secretly cousins. They're like actually 2 or 3 generations apart.
What's your percentage
You know
of
what I mean?
like what's that native Thai people that are the indigenous people here that are like kind of black looking, kind of like Aboriginal, half black, half Aboriginal kind of.
Well,
looking.
those people, that's just a small pocket of like.
Yeah, there's only like 6,000, but those
They're
are the
like
originals, those are
isolated.
the OGs, right?
They're one of those.
What do you know
they're.
about them, and what percentage are you?
I'm not them at all.
You got none of it.
But they're the people. So what happened was
They're the real Thai people. They're like the Native Americans.
What happened was people
They're
when
like the Aboriginals.
people left Africa.
Yeah,
Okay,
First Nation.
they're like basically they're related to.
They're like the hockey players.
Aboriginals of Australia. So back when there was a land bridge across Indonesia and shit,
that's why
some people stayed there, some people kept walking.
Right, there's a mix of
Sure, but there's these pockets of people everywhere. They didn't necessarily mix in.
No, it wasn't mixed. They were there. And
They just there.
And stayed.
Right. They didn't really mix in with the
They're
population.
OGs. And you got none of that?
No, I'm Mon. I'm fucking. I have. If
So
you
that's
look at my.
the
If
oldest
you look at my.
Asian?
If you look
Is
at
that
my.
the oldest like Chinese Mon,
The Mon have been here since the 1st century.
and they came from China.
For sure. They came down from the Tibetan plateau,
Okay.
basically, and they came down from like Burma,
Yeah.
and like the highlands and shit, the hills, and they started settling all these river valleys and shit like that.
And you know who they were fucking? Their cousins.
Well, they fucked the Khmer and they fucked.
You're the product of incest, so you know.
I mean, I'm sure, but if you look at here's the thing: if you look at my Asian DNA, a lot of it's Thai,
Incestual.
it's Thai, Indonesian, Burmese, and
You've done 23
Khmer.
me?
All those, yeah. My sister did.
Oh.
So, and you know, I think and I also have Mongolian, and I also have Indian. I have Bengali, and so in the past 400 years, I've had one Bengali ancestor, and I've had one Mongolian ancestor.
Wow.
In the past 600 years or 800
What's
years.
the one that you're most proud of?
Fucking Mongolian, bro.
Because
So I was definitely
Genghis Khan?
so like I have
He
without
wants to descend from Genghis Khan.
like
That's
well that's the thing, and I never got a test because I was afraid that it would expose me as I'm not. But if anything, now I might be because
but
my
we
sister
all-
got it, and she said it's fucking 0.2% Mongolian on that
you
motherfucker.
might not have that 0.2% in you.
But I
mean,
have
you
it.
certainly look like
But I
you
come from it though.
He
You know
got
what I'm
that
saying?
he could have that 2%, but it doesn't mean
Yeah.
it's Khan. It's probably like one of his like dudes.
slaves.
Basically, with the 23,
It's one of the guys he murdered after they managed to have a child.
Yeah,
The way
or
it breaks down-
like cop, maybe one of the just soldiers.
It
There
like-
were other Mongolians than Khan. I don't know
Yeah,
why
that's
they
what
all
I'm
say
saying.
that they descend from Khan as
Well, I don't
normal.
think I descend from Genghis Khan. I think if anything, I descend from like
Good.
me and him have the same.
But there's a shot.
me and him have the same dad or grandfather. Does
You
that
feel
make
like
sense?
there's a
Like
shot.
his grandfather. I'm not. Maybe he didn't. I didn't descend from him, but I descended from his grandfather, and then that or his fucking a relative of him because that's kind of how it went over there. So if I'm not related to him, maybe I'm related to the guy before him or before him that had 50 kids or 50 fucking wives and shit like that.
I'm curious about doing it. The
Because
only
it
reason
is-
why I'm not doing 23andMe is because I don't want to give it to the government.
I know.
You
But
have
I
to give
kind of really want to know though.
You have to
Me too.
give it to the government.
Yeah, you don't. Oh, and not only that, but you also give your right. You're
To a
signing away your
corporation, yeah.
rights. You're like they have your DNA in now a
Cool.
file that they own and can now make a clone of you. They can send a clone to kill you now. You gave them the legal
Wow.
rights to your DNA.
That's not true.
That is true. Look at this. Look at her paperwork.
No, I'm saying like my sister's rights. Like,
The thing is, nobody wants to clone a Raufeisen. But yeah.
No, but
that is true, though, right?
Yeah, but I'm curious because I have like
they map your DNA.
I probably have some Jewish blood in me. I probably have some Arab blood in me. I probably have some Basque blood in me. Probably maybe have some German blood in me.
Like
I have Irish blood in me.
Would you ever be interested in doing the paperwork and just going back like that? And just seeing what's at least like documented?
I know for sure that I have Viking blood for sure. On my mom's and my grandpa's side.
How do you know?
That part? Because we know, because there was they came from Ireland with the name O'Neill.
What?
So yeah, my great grandma was an O'Neill that came to the south of Spain during the potato famine hunger thing in Ireland.
Whoa.
So there's one part of my family that's Irish.
That's crazy.
And then. But then on my grandma's side, for sure, there's some Arab Jewish blood from ancient times there, for sure.
Yeah, totally.
It's a lot of it because my dad said he did some work on where my bloodline came from on that end of it, and he traced it back to like Jewish Spanish people too.
Well, bunch of Jews.
Yeah, I descend from Eric the
Red. Not all of it. There's a part of it. There's a lot of Jews in Spain until they did.
Yeah, there was. Yeah. There was They moved a lot of Jews to Eastern Europe in the Middle Ages, all throughout. There's been tons of times where Jews got kicked out and pushed constantly out of England and out of France, out of all the countries in the East, or out of the West, basically. They got pushed out of the West.
I do want to know, though. There's a curiosity to know. It's annoying that you can't just do it and then be like, hey, you paid us, and then that's the end of our service. We don't have to get extra nonsense. Yeah. We'll do it for free. How about this? We'll do it for free if you let us have your DNA. I'd be open to that. But not to just, I have to pay you and you get to keep my fucking...
Yeah, no, if I'm going to pay, then I want to keep my own rights.
Yeah, right?
That's pretty shitty.
I think it's the grossest thing.
You know what's cool is I found out...
I want to be able to make my clone, right? I want the idea of a murderous clone.
I found out that I'm also 2%, they say 2% Neanderthal in the thing, too.
They go that far back?
Yeah.
You have Neanderthal as a potential con.
For some reason, they can read something in the mitochondria or whatever that. I don't even know how it works actually, but they can read something that some kind of signaler that I was.
Wouldn't it be funny if they were like, hey, like you're this and this, you're like 2% Neanderthal, and then you're like 0.003%
human
fish or whatever, just like at some point. You're going to giraffe DNA, like it's just FYI.
Well, so somebody in your lineage fucked a giraffe.
Well, that's just that's kind of what we're looking at here, because you came from somewhere. You didn't just fucking show up out of nowhere. None of your ancestors just showed up out of nowhere. Yeah, they all came from the successful reproduction, and one of those reproductions were with a Neanderthal, dude. You know, that's what it means. But at the time, like someone fucked a Neanderthal to help get me to where I am today. Some Homo sapiens
is a lot. That means there were Neanderthals in your lineage pretty far in.
Right. Like whatever
if somebody was pretty desperate at one point.
Like to get to 2%, you have to divide. Like how many generations back is that?
Neanderthals died out probably. It could have been as early as 40,000 years ago.
Yeah, well, every time a fuck is a split, right?
Yeah.
So that's what you'd have to do.
50 splits.
50 splits. 50 generations back.
How do you get 50?
Because your parents give 50%, but your parents are actually they're subdivided by their parents.
25. No, it's like, okay, so it's 50, 25, 12.5.
Right.
6.25, 3 point half. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 generations ago, you were still pretty Neanderthal. To get to 2% Neanderthal right now.
Yeah.
Well, no, my ancestors,
and that would be only like say let's give it like the most 40 years between.
But no, that doesn't make sense because no one's walking around.
It would be more like 25 on average. I'd say let's say on average, the average person who's shitting out a baby is like 20, even 20, right?
Yeah, so you descend from Neanderthals.
You're like,
no,
100 years ago, you're fucking monkeys.
But there was no 100. But there was no. That's retarded. There wasn't.
That's retarded. That's math.
That's 300 years. No, it's not because. You're not the.
I mean, a lot of people could have just passed the same 2% along.
Oh, that's it.
Yes, exactly. It's not. It wasn't like there was 100% Neanderthal.
But what we know,
6 generations back.
Yeah, but what we know is that 6 generations back, whoever it was at least 2% Neanderthal. And that's a very strong Neanderthal because it must have it keeps getting transmitted. So it's a strong gene.
Right. But I'm not the only one. I think it's like 12% of Europe. Like
I don't know this.
Most people.
Just educate me. If your mom has 2% Neanderthal and your dad has 2% Neanderthal, do you have 2%?
You can have 0.
Or you have 4. You can have 0.
With my dad.
I think you would get at least 2. Yeah, I guess.
I think all Europeans have it. I think all Europeans have a little bit of Neanderthal.
I'm not sure I have it.
I think there were Neanderthals in Spain for sure. There's a bunch
sure. But I mean,
your sloping eyebrows tell me
my body type is quite evolved.
Right, but we're looking at we're not looking at 100%. I want you guys are picturing a Neanderthal in your head.
No, I'm picturing you.
Picture a Homo sapien that.
Okay, now I'm picturing myself.
So just picture early Homo sapien, right?
I'm thinking of an Italian. That's what I keep. Whenever I think of a Neanderthal, I think Italian.
Think about a Homo sapien.
Yeah.
Okay, and his grandfather is a Neanderthal. Right, but his grandmother is a human or whatever, and then the other side has the same thing.
It only has to happen once, right?
Right, and then now it's in there forever. Now it's in there forever. So there's always going to be a little bit of it there, and I guess 2% is what it occupies, or that's the maximum. It won't be more. You can't just make new, a dominant. You can't just make that more dominant out of nothing.
If you like what I'm saying, so you can't make it something that has 4%.
Unless the only way, if you fuck someone else that had a really a ton of Neanderthal DNA, then you can make something with, 3 or 4% Neanderthal maybe, right? But it would never. But you can't fuck your way to get a new Neanderthal.
What do you think the highest percentage of Neanderthal in a person is?
Probably 5% max, dude. And that would be like, I don't know.
Just the dick part.
I don't know. And Neanderthals weren't that different from Homo sapiens, actually. They were shorter. They were more
robust. They
buried their internet. They made art. They buried their dead. They wore jewelry. They
tried to go to the moon. They had Jeff Bezos.
They had tools, dude. They buried their dead.
Right? They had a Jeff Bezos Neanderthal. They had like a
but in reality, they buried their dead and they like threw flowers in and fucking. They decorated the dead before they buried. Like it was like how they
like Karen Neanderthals.
They did understand.
There's always been Karens.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and there was like authoritarian
Neanderthals,
Neanderthals,
homeless Neanderthals,
comedian Neanderthals that want to fucking run open mics.
That's a funny Neanderthal.
That's a funny guy. But there probably was though. Like when you get to basic shit, like there were probably funny Neanderthals. We underestimate them because we think they're different, like dumb cavemans. No, they were just. Man. They just existed at a different time. Like there were people that didn't get there weren't enough people to create a surplus of labor to make shit like technology. So you have basically the core of what we are socially.
You ever see Encino Man?
Sure.
All right. Say
I've seen you.
Let's say we Encino Man somebody. And we go and like all of a sudden we find a caveman. Us three. We're out taking a hike. Okay. And we find Encino Man.
Right, frozen in the Alps.
Yeah, right. We're bringing him back to your house, Chris, because you have the most room.
Cool.
Right, and Rick has more room, and
but I'd be really afraid.
He doesn't want to get the floor wet.
It's the most logical.
I would never bring it back, and I know that Chris.
You would, Would you not want to bring in me and Chris? That you wouldn't be.
I would.
You want to be a part of it?
I'd be really afraid of it.
You can be the straight man.
I'd be too afraid. I'd be too afraid.
All right. So we bring a Neanderthal back.
I mean, I would try to sell him to some museum first. But
that's what you try to do to us?
Yeah,
we're trying to raise this Encino Man to ourselves.
I mean, I guess he would have a better life with you guys and
give him a cigarette.
Experiment on.
Right? Don't you think? Ethically, you should just leave him with us.
Yes.
And we're going to use him exactly like Encino Man, which is to get us laid.
Yes.
So is that all right?
Yeah, but he would probably just steal all of your women from you.
Probably, just like Encino Man.
Well, could he communicate? What's his level?
He'll learn.
He learns, but he's also physically more strong and athletic than us because he was in physical fitness, He wasn't eating all the...
It would be kind of cool to see what happens in the first days when he just goes out and starts hunting.
Yeah,
he just starts bringing a dead dog or whatever, like, let's cook this.
Well, I don't know, if he would be...
He would just kill monitor.
Well, the second he did killed anything, they would set off a bunch of...
You'd have to be like, well, that's what happens in Encino Man. You got to be around, making sure he doesn't do anything shit, and you teach him.
You'd be like,
don't pull your dick out. You can't shit on the street.
Yes.
You can't just rape anybody.
I'm gonna watch Encino Man.
You can't just go and, you got to learn to wheeze the juice.
Sure. You need to find money to buy food, and you can live here. That's how it works.
He instantly makes him start working.
He's already.
You gotta start pulling your own weight around here. All right, buddy.
Listen, you just time travel.
But I'm like,
And you have to do what I ask, by the way. You have to be my
maybe
slave.
learn English and learn how to tell.
Well,
Well, I would try to teach him English and then try to.
not Thai. We're in Thailand.
No, teach him English and then he can tell us what the fuck
What's
he
up?
went through and what the fuck all that shit. He can communicate with us.
Yeah.
That's how we could get the most out of him.
Yeah.
And also if he did some chores and shit around the house and paid some bills.
Wouldn't hurt.
It wouldn't hurt to help out pitching around the house. Maybe he'd be like a sound guy. I would make him record this shitty podcast and be like the tech guy and upload YouTube videos.
But he might not want to do it, though.
I'm like, you want to be a comedian, bro? You want to be in my YouTube channel, bro?
That would be a popular channel, though. Chris
With a
and
caveman?
and
Chris and the
Cino Man.
Caveman?
Yeah, Chris and the Caveman.
I'll make a
Chris
podcast.
Caveman.
Chris, so
No,
fitting.
I think.
It's already the title. Of the
He'd
thing.
be
It's
the
like
best
that.
person to teach this.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, if Lex tries to get you a clone, don't fuck him.
Don't fuck this clone. Yeah, but
He's just trying to prove
but
that you're gay.
you know what? I also think that cavemen we really underestimate the level of how complex these dudes were.
No, I think he'd be fine.
They were like, because like, yo, we're not like honestly, if you took away all the technology we had in a generation, we'd be totally back to
we'd be shorter.
the 1800s. If religion was like, we'd go back to like being religious as fuck. It would be a total ass fuck for us. We would go way back. You know what I mean? If we could somehow not have religion and then lose technology,
I would rather go back to a time where there was no religion and just be afraid of nature
right?
than having to go back to a
We would
time where
probably
we were afraid of religion.
Work against magic. Yeah,
Right.
and their lack of
I'm like,
understanding.
The thing is, technology helps us realize that.
You know, the average height of the man, we're taller, right? Like the average height of a man back in
I am.
14.
Well, yeah, I am.
Both you guys. Well,
The average dude was like 5'8", I think, 5'7".
Right now, no, back then it was like 4'10". We've grown a foot in like 500 years.
In 500 years ago, it was 4'10".
Yeah.
No.
Look at Roman soldiers. Look at the.
Yeah, they're 5'2", 5. They're 5'2", 5'4". They're not. There's no way they're.
And the average height is 5'10" now.
I mean, for them
In the whole world, the average height is 5'10". But back then, if you look at all the armory, you can look in China, you can look in Mongolia,
Sure,
you can look
smaller.
at all their war.
We are taller.
Everybody's taller. That's proven.
Right.
Back in Jesus' times, the average was like 4'9". That's 2,000 years ago. They were like 4'8".
No, I
4'9".
don't think so.
Yeah.
All right. You could say you don't, but science. You know.
No,
You also tell
look at
everybody
the
that
shit
there's
they
a flat
built.
Earth.
Look at the shit they built. There's no way.
Think about the houses.
Look
Think
at their
about going
doorways.
in. Look at their doorways. Exactly.
Doorways, their crowns,
Streets,
their
all that shit. Smaller.
their beds. They're not
all smaller.
not always. No, some are decent, normal
Not in the
size.
Nordics.
I don't know. I think. I don't know. People were smaller.
They were. Well, I'm sure that there's some taller people, but
Smaller. But yeah, they're always taller.
The average.
No, the average was really, really small, dude.
Yeah. Now,
It's surprisingly small.
Now there's the Opithecus, whatever, right? The Homo.
Australopithecus?
No, dude, like
the really tiny ones.
I don't remember.
That was like 6 million years ago, though.
in like the
No, 10,000 years ago, there was the little guys living on the island.
Oh, that was 30,000 years ago. That's Homo
no, but like
florensis.
Homo florensis was like, I thought 10.
Yeah, the Java man. They're like
in Europe. In
4'11".
Europe,
Yeah.
since the Industrial Revolution,
Yeah.
the height has increased so much. Like
Yeah. Yes.
pre-industrial to post, like in the
Yeah.
last 200 years,
Yeah.
the size has increased a lot. Like
Yeah.
at least 20, like inches.
If we
but-
time traveled back,
Yeah, yeah.
we'd easily be the tallest people around.
oh, like I would be a
Most
giant.
strongest. Yeah.
probably.
Just dominate and crush puss.
A lot of people were
Yeah,
a lot
I would be
smaller back then.
intimidating. Maybe
You would be.
that'd be amazing.
You'd be probably stronger.
You are a great creature. You are a big, long
I wouldn't be stronger.
They have more muscle density.
Yeah, but also like they are hard working. Like,
Yeah,
a lot
yeah.
of
But
them
there
do
were
hard
dudes-
labor, so the average person has to do hard labor because there's no soft labor available. So they would be quite strong.
I was reading about the Crusades, and there was this one dude. He was from Sicily. He was a Norman. His family were Normans, and they conquered Sicily. But so he was like, technically, like genetically, he was like kind of like Scandinavian. He descended from Vikings.
Okay.
But Vikings became Normans and invaded France and also in Sicily and shit. Anyway, he went to the Holy Land, and they dick rode this guy. His name was Bohemian III, and he was a 6'3" blonde with long blonde hair, 6'3", and like basically a Viking dude.
Yeah.
And he was like a general of this army, and he was like You know,
He was the dude.
everyone sucked his dick. Yeah, he was the dude. And I've always been like, dude, if I went back in time, like I would be that dude with black hair. Like I would be that dude. You know, but I'm just saying that.
But would you have the
always,
drive
they've always,
to
and also
conquer and just be organized enough to dominate?
But think about
maybe at that point though, it'd be motivating. Like this shit's so easy, I could just do it.
He would be a lot smarter than everyone.
Well, he would get the
so
benefit, but
would,
back then, shit like that, people just gave you the benefit of the doubt because you were taller, so it was like a gift from God.
Yeah,
you know,
like they don't do that now.
No, but
you would have a phone and be like, I control magic.
Don't text me if I get at 6 foot.
Yeah, that's true, I guess, a little bit, but also like. Religion was so prevalent back then, also. So like everything was.
But you know,
God,
with religion, you could probably manipulate that.
Sure, if I would. But what I'm saying is, big motherfuckers definitely existed.
Yes.
All throughout history.
Yeah, they got Goliath fighting David.
Yeah.
How big was Charlemagne?
Just the average.
He was like 6'4". He was a tall fuck.
He was a big dude.
But not Napoleon.
Isn't that how he died? Was he fell in a puddle and they couldn't get him up? He was so big with all his armor.
What?
I'm not sure. He died in old age, I think.
Oh,
no, one of those famous generals died.
Yeah, Apollo. That's interesting.
He fell off his horse during a battle, but not even a battle. He fell off his horse face down, and they couldn't get him up. It was like 8 inches in the
what
puddle.
kind of armor are they giving him that several men can't
big
lift?
metal. So he was a big dude, but there's also a bunch of 4-foot people.
That was someone, I don't know who was though. But.
They could have just pulled his head off.
I think.
Or they could have emptied the puddle.
Yeah, that's also.
It's like, hey, let's get the water out.
Yeah.
There was some Polish king, I think he was Polish, I'm not sure, but he was retreating from a battle against the Muslims or some shit, maybe from Genghis Khan even, and he fell into a river and drowned under the weight of his armor. He just couldn't, and he was like a boy. He's a boy. That's crazy too. Like I would be a boy.
I would drown too under the weight of
boy
my
king.
dick.
But that was
Drag me down.
That was I don't know. That was at a time when like I don't know. That was back during a time when everyone was really stupid because they believed the conscious that drove humanity was based on religion and faith and all that. And now it's changed. Now it's science, or now it should be science.
Back then it was fear. It was fear driven and manipulated by faith. Mm-hmm. That's what it was. We don't know why this ball of light goes across the sky. Well, that's some dude. I'm going to tell you what that is, and you should pay me for that information.
That's God.
Yeah.
So
you could go in and free those people, but you probably wouldn't. You'd probably manipulate it so that you could get their
Who knows what I'd do? Whatever gets me more laid.
Exactly.
Back in those times.
Can we sort of start wrapping up?
Yeah, I think so. The energy's different, I think.
Yeah. I wish we could end on a high note, though.
No, well, let's wrap it up. Let's think about something.
Yeah. I would never be able to wear an armor. That's a problem.
You wouldn't want to?
No, I would want to, but I wouldn't be strong enough. My back would just give in.
Do you think if we put an armor on you and you just walk around for like a month or two, you get used to it?
I would have to like do incremental pieces of armor and slowly train my strength since childhood to like get used to the weight and stuff.
Since childhood, you could still make it up. Yeah.
Nah, dude, it's hard. It's hard to build strength that you never built. Yeah. And then you're like your whole bone density and your whole like you're not built for the effort. It's
you're always going to be behind if you weren't. But I'm just saying if you had to. I mean, I think we all would want to put on full armor, right?
I mean,
only like I'd like to do all of them. I'd like to go Roman. I'd like to go Mongolian. I'd like to go samurai. I'd like to get a good traditional ninja outfit on.
Let's start with that. Let's start with armor.
Yeah, but no, okay, but we already started. Like one thing.
You're just joining us now. Yeah, we'd like you to join this conversation.
One thing I watch a lot of like The Walking Dead and like zombie shows and stuff. Sure, and I'm like, one thing I never understand is why are they more protected with clothes? No, just the clothes. There's so many like I would immediately have like leather pants.
Sure.
The biters. Yeah. Dude, it's not like you go to a motorcycle store, you get a one piece, you're already like kitted out, you get a fucking helmet, you're done.
Why would you get leather? Why would you get leather pants?
Bite through leather.
Yeah. A zombie can't bite through leather.
That's all you need to, and it's not too heavy. It's not like metal or like and you can still move around and do shit.
You can get a shark suit.
They can bite through level.
You can get a bear suit.
You can do it. I dare you to bite through a motorcycle.
A dog can bite through leather.
No, they don't bite through. They'll crush your bone with the strength of the jaw. Sure, they can hurt you, but they're not gonna bite you. So I might get hurt, but not infected.
I would wear fucking chainmail, bro. I would wear like this.
Well, there you go. That's better than what
Yeah, but they
everybody
can.
else is
But
doing.
you can bite through chainmail and put saliva and bacteria through
That's
chainmail.
good point. Yeah.
I
So you would-
would wear Under Armour. I would wear.
Kevlar is good too, right?
So what would you wear in a zombie
It's quite
apocalypse?
rigid though.
So in a
So
zombie
worse than
apocalypse.
leather.
Sorry.
In a zombie
Leather's
apocalypse.
better than Kevlar.
Yeah.
Leather. You're going leather.
Me, I'm going full leather. Yeah. Gloves,
He's
full
gonna
leather.
look like he's
That's
S&M.
crazy.
He's gonna have a whole S&M outfit.
Just make
on.
sure I protect my entire
crazy.
neck
Yeah,
and
he's
then a
gonna
helmet.
have one of the GIMP outfit. He's just wearing the GIMP outfit.
Yeah. I would go black Under Armour.
Yeah.
All right, and then
Why
fucking,
the Under Armour?
and
No,
then black chainmail.
I've thought about this
and
so
then
much.
then I would wear black chainmail, and I would wear like a fucking what's it called? What's this thing? Chest armor, I guess. But it would be like a Greek one, like an ancient Greek one with
cool.
with it chiseled, like a six-pack. Like
that's a Spartan thing.
and then I'd have 2 horses, Lamborghini Diablo and Mercy.
Hey, you can take my hand.
and Murcielago right here. These are my horses. They were taken from me.
No, dude. Like I would
And I
first.
would,
yeah, but then you have to build and find, right? So I would.
But I would get those. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I would just get that. I would just go.
I would
I really want.
I would go to-
I really want Batman forearm shields. At best, at
Yeah,
worst, like
for sure.
samurai
For some
kind of
greaves.
some.
I would
forearm.
want.
I'd start with like notebooks or some kind of. I don't know why they're in
Yeah.
paper.
Sure,
Right,
yeah.
same thing.
I would
But
want.
I'd upgrade to
I would want to end up having like blades here,
Sure.
blades on my forearms.
Yep.
And
2
then
swords at least.
2 swords,
2
just
swords,
a bunch of
definitely
swords,
2 swords.
Yeah.
and a hammer or something with a
I
pummel.
like a shield,
Yeah,
like a
2 swords,
shield.
and then something
Shield.
here.
Yeah, like honestly,
Something
I want a
here.
Captain America shield. If
Yeah,
it's up
fair
to me.
enough, dude.
All right, it seems usable.
no, and if it's razor blade on one part that you can identify easily, you can also like cut heads with it and
Yeah,
stuff like
but
that.
I could
It's
also
awesome.
flip it over and make a giant wok and cook with it.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah,
Shield.
you want things that are multi-use because you have to carry it,
Exactly.
so that's less stuff to carry.
Yeah.
A shield.
Shield is good.
Would you have a gun?
Yes.
I would have guns in the
I'd-
beginning, but you
I'd
have to
rather have
prepare long
arrows.
term.
I'd rather arrows because I'm thinking that they can't hear. I really like the arrow. I like silent death.
Yes.
Most. It seems.
But also, like you
I
can
I want to deliver
reuse
silent
arrows.
death.
Yeah.
You can reuse arrows.
Reuse and
They're gonna-
reusable. Once you got a bullet, I don't know how to make a bullet.
Yeah, you would have to have like your bullets are gonna run out. Then you need to figure out how to make bullets.
How do you
which
make
is-
arrows?
You need access to the equipment.
Arrows are easier to make that I know
Are
of.
they?
Than bullets.
What if you found a way to press gunpowder and the
But then you
shells
need to
and
have
all
access to that station and protect
start-
it at all times
I'll
to
start
keep building
learning.
ammunition.
Yeah, and keep it dry, and you have to be keeping around gunpowder. But you could just take an arrow and just
Yeah.
take it. And
But what if like
I would just have a stock of swords hidden all over the place.
I also like a Viking axe. I want one of those Viking
Okay.
axes. Like
It
a
has
big-
less
for-
color
don't know.
surface though. That's my only problem. But
But
it's
it
more
has a-
resistant.
It also has a hook on the side and it's multi-use.
Yeah, dude.
I could go like a battle like this.
A
size
machete?
axe.
And it's only like instead of a machete, I still want 2 swords for distance.
Yeah, sure.
But I want a little hatchet or
Right.
but better a Viking sword, a better Viking.
Yeah,
It has a
hatchets
spike-
are awesome, dude.
Spikes like a spike on the top.
Yes.
It has a little blade on the back or a hook or something like it's multi-tool.
Yeah, you could fuck someone with a hatchet.
Yeah,
for sure.
and they do. I like those. And if I could learn to fight with a sword and a hatchet, and then they do it cool at a certain point, I'd like cross them up because that guy was extra strong. But then I'd be like with 2 arms together.
What about head?
But that's why-
How
I
would you
don't-
protect your head?
But the thing is, I want. Okay, I'll go about the head in a moment. But I want blades here and stuff also to protect me against humans.
Yes.
Because they're gonna cut their fingers trying to hit me. But
Yeah.
also, would probably like just like dip all my blades into zombie bacteria.
Yeah.
So just to just like to infect everyone I know,
Yeah,
and then murder them,
Yeah,
or they're
I
trying
like
to
that.
kill
I
me.
like that.
Yeah, the head thing is tough because you want something that's very durable, but also it can't be too heavy.
And breathable.
Yeah, breathable.
I'm
Where'd you go
looking.
with?
How about Kevlar hoodie?
I wear like a hockey helmet.
Yeah, that's cool. Hockey helmet's
Helmet's a
pretty
lot,
cool.
man.
Lacrosse
It
helmet?
smells.
They're pretty light though.
I'm not into hockey helmets. It's just I
Skateboard.
want vision. But you probably
get-
should have a kind of mask or.
Yeah.
Would you wear like a football helmet?
That's big,
No.
right?
I'd
Yeah,
rather.
it's stupid.
like-
Well, that's for like headbutting shit.
Listen, I don't wear my mask now. I don't want to start wearing one now. You can't make even zombies can't make me wear.
But I would be
No,
down.
I'm joking.
No, but I would be down with like a hoodie, but that's like rigid. So if somebody attacks me from the back, it's still like a helmet on this
Yeah,
side,
yeah.
and then in the front. But I can take it off or whatever.
You know what I like, but it may be stronger. You know those like nobody ever uses them, but those ones that could go real quick.
Oh
those
yeah, that's
helmets.
awesome. Yeah.
That's what. This way, it's like kind of out of the way, but it is protecting my neck. But then
Yeah.
at the last second,
What helmet are you talking about? What do you mean?
there's like these ones that
But you-
I've seen with bicycles that have it's like an airbag for your head.
Oh,
yeah.
Nah, that's stupid. That's not gonna protect you from a zombie bite.
Well, I'm just saying if I can make something that was stronger that doesn't have to be.
Well, there's a
You know what I would do?
plastic.
I would straight up steal an old Greek helmet with the fucking
Nice.
with
Yeah,
this, and I
see,
would rock
I'm
that.
open
That's
to
what I
that
would.
one.
That's what I would fuck with.
There's a substance that never made it mainstream, and I don't know why. It was like maybe 10, 15 years ago. They were like kickstarting it. There was no Kickstarter, but whatever. But they were like trying to announce the product and stuff. There's this like plastic that's like malleable. So they were making like hats and shit for like snowboarding and stuff. But the moment there's impact on it, it becomes rigid. So I would want that because it's comfortable. It adapts to your shape. But if somebody hits me, it hardens on impact.
Yeah.
So it actually becomes solid.
I like that.
That's
right
great.
now, I'll throw this by. I think for headgear, at least most pragmatic, would be I go like whatever the Marines are using right now, or Army. I think that they probably got some good.
Yeah, and they're gonna die immediately. So
what?
They're gonna be front line, so you can just steal their
Just
gear
take their
afterwards.
shit. That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
I don't know. Do you know they wear bicycle hockey helmets like the special ops ones?
that's what they do.
Yeah, sometimes.
Most of those.
It's basically
Yeah,
it's like a
hockey helmet,
glorified
better.
bike helmet, but it's also like you get
You
a
don't have to worry
Kevlar.
about-
You can also get a Kevlar.
Zombies
helmet.
eat and shoot.
But those are heavy. Those are heavy, and it's
Yeah.
not.
I don't need bulletproof. You just need bite proof.
And
that's why the
and
leather,
they're
yeah.
shitty.
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
put on a Marine helmet right now, you would be like,
Ooh, you know what
get
I'd
this thing
like?
off me.
No.
I'd like a gimp mask, but more like Spider-Man. Like I wouldn't.
Nice.
I wouldn't mind something like that.
Interesting.
Cover your eyes. Cover your openings for the most part. You know, I don't want fluid. I don't want some zombie to sneeze at me.
Interesting.
You know.
I would do that, but I'd wear like a Spartan helmet for sure.
Well, I mean, there's this
You could add to it later.
Yeah.
There's this IT brand that do IT components and for PCs and stuff. They're called Razer. They make mice and keyboards and laptops and stuff. They just announced a huge mask with RGB lighting and fans that's like 98% bacteria protecting. And the area around your mouth is kind of dark, but you can see through, so you can see people's lips moving when they talk to you.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And it's got these little fans and breathing system, but it looks awesome.
Yeah.
Also, like,
That's crazy.
it looks like you would attract a lot of attention.
Sure.
But dude, if they made an entire mask out of
Yeah.
that, like,
I'm
let's
down
go.
like that. Yeah. Especially if it could get, the more Iron Man it could be. The
Yeah, I want to look a bit sci-fi-ish.
Yeah. That would be
What about footwear? What would you do for footwear? And legs.
Chucks? I'm still rocking Chucks.
That's a terrible idea.
I
You would
know,
get your
that'll work.
fucking feet cut up.
Yeah, the feet is tough, dude. I would.
Would you
gotta
go boots?
boots.
Would you go?
You gotta go
Would you
boots.
go?
Yeah,
What kind of boots
but
though?
you need to be able to be comfy walking.
Doc
but
Martens, man.
dude, yeah, but they're really
The
hard
big,
to.
thick, really thick high ones.
Would you go like black
But they
combat
hurt
boots?
feet.
No, I know they're heavy.
Yeah,
What do
dude.
you do?
No, I don't
How
know. what I
about
would
like
do.
work with like construction?
Go
Like those
barefoot,
construction
barefoot,
dudes.
dude.
Like construction dudes, those ones that are made for, they look like sneakers, but they got steel toes in them.
No, I would probably end up like getting a grab of Nikes or something, but then getting something that like those
So
like the martial arts protective pads
Yes,
that you have the
yeah.
elastic, so it goes around your thing, but it protects the top and the front, and then so I can have comfortable walking shoes, but also be protected.
Would you
by
wear
it.
cleats and
I
take
go-
your ankles up and shit like
I
you're a
go a
football
little
game?
samurai
Yeah.
because they have like
You do.
the samurais have points on
Yeah.
their toes. Like I
Oh,
want
yeah.
one of those things.
I would get cleats for sure.
You get cleats, but what if
Is that the thing that protects your shin?
No,
No,
those are
Shin
shin
guards.
guards. Yeah,
Yeah, I would get shin guards
Cleats
for
are-
sure.
that's a good idea. Shin guards.
Yeah.
I'll
Cleats
get
aren't,
shin guards.
cleats aren't in bed. You know, I used to like when I used to go sleigh riding when I was a kid. I'd wear cleats so I could run up the hill quicker. So I think keeping a pair of cleats in the like go bag is not a bad idea. If you're
What's a cleat again?
a cleat is like the spikes on
Yeah.
your
Oh
spikes,
yeah,
hangers,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah, but you can't walk on that on asphalt.
No, but you keep them as like.
Oh, yeah.
I think as necessary as it's either that or like a good climbing, like a good work boot, but that's less to climb. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm saying like if I'm in a situation where it's muddy or snowy, I want something that traction, especially if zombies are chasing.
I mean, you need to adapt to the climate you're in, so that's
yes,
also a big
that's
deal.
a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What climate is this taking
Oh,
place?
and I need a fleshlight because
You need a flashlight or
Yeah.
a flashlight?
a fleshlight. I want a fleshlight with me in my zombie thing because I'm not going to take a chance of fucking somebody that might have zombie juice going on them, right?
Yeah, but what if somebody who got infected stole your flashlight and then left his goo in
Oh,
it,
man,
and then
I'm
you fucking
keeping that right next to my swords. I'm keeping that right next to all my.
But why wouldn't you just jerk off?
Yeah, because I.
That's extra weight.
Yeah, but this is necessary.
That's your basic is you need the flashlight.
Yeah, because if I
You
don't
would
have
rather
a-
have the flashlight than food.
No, I'll have food. Yeah, but maybe at some days. Some days.
I have to pick and choose.
Yeah, some days I'll be like, you know what? Today I could starve, but I'm not. I don't want to beat off.
All right.
Well,
I'm just saying it's gonna. I know this. It's gonna lower my risk of fucking something I don't want to fuck.
Would
you fuck a zombie? If you
I could. I don't know. That's what I'm saying is I don't know.
If you could fuck a zombie, knowing that it's not gonna you're gonna have all the condoms you want, and it's gonna be safe sex or like non-bacteria contagious thing. Like, would you fuck a zombie?
Yeah.
Was it hot?
That's up to you, dude. It's
Yeah,
not. It's
to me,
less hot than when it was human.
Yeah. But it was like, all right, I'll say like
it's a zombie. It's as consensual as an animal.
Or no, not an animal because it has no brain. Zombies don't have a.
They are past humans post death. Also, they're also they die. They're dead.
Would it be? They are dead.
So
it's kind of unethical.
So basically, yeah, you would have to also be to fuck a zombie chick. You'd have to be a zombie guy, or else it's unethical.
I guess so. No,
right?
I don't know. No, I don't think.
But I mean, if you're ready to kill a zombie, you should be okay with raping a zombie.
I'm gonna kill it and fuck it anyways. Who cares?
Like I don't think sex with a zombie is going to be rape. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Why not? How is it not rape?
I don't know.
You're coming in and it's a clearly subordinate position to you. You're taking advantage of it clearly.
Taking advantage.
Hey, I'm not sure it is because they can kill you at any moment, and they're actually trying to kill you. They would try to kill you, and you're just trying to have sex.
Yeah. But what's the level of its?
They have a lot of power.
Consciousness.
It does.
Does it know it's getting?
You don't know. You will never know.
Does it even know it's getting fucked?
Zombies. From everything that I know that are zombies, they have no
feed,
no ethics, no morality, no want besides killing you and eating you.
Okay. There's a comic book called Crossed.
Yes.
I recommend reading. It's definitely for mature readers. Where it
I know
was
who you're talking to in this.
No, so Crossed. It came after The Walking Dead,
right?
And it's this contagious virus if you bite people. But what it does is it turns you into the most depraved, unethical version of yourself possible. So it's just these people doing the most obscene shit, just the wildest, craziest, grimiest, no morals. It just removes all morality.
But they're functioning pretty hard.
Yeah, they're completely functioning. They're just extremely aggressive and just rapey and murdery, and it's wild. It's wild.
See, to me,
but they're conscious, but they're also not conscious.
Whenever I think about this, whenever I gauge any of these hypothetical questions,
I'm talking about fucking a traditional zombie.
Yeah, I always go
World War Z.
Hurt and don't hurt. To me, it's hurt or don't hurt. There's no good or bad. It's who am I hurting? Who am I not hurting? Right? So if I'm not hurting anybody, then, and that's why saying like, oh, I could kill a zombie, but I can't put my dick in it. Yeah. No, that's not me. That's not the kind of person.
That's the moral ethic.
That's not the person that I want to be. And if I'm willing to kill something, I'm willing to put my dick inside it, and that's also why I'd fuck myself, and that's also why I'd fuck my naked.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good job.
Wow. Just a reminder, Chris is gay earlier.
Yeah.
We did prove that.
And he would fuck a zombie.
Yeah.
And on that note,
we haven't divulged any of those.
You're not better than me, Chris. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Shall we close on this beautiful note?
Yeah. So, you know what? How about this week we let Rick wrap up? Rick, why don't you wrap up?
Oh, with permission.
Why don't you wrap it up for us
what
today?
to do.
Well, it's got to be a natural fucking.
Yeah, dude. Hey, guys.
See if it was me.
Hey, you just asked me to do it, and I'm trying to do it.
Yeah, no, wrap up for us. Do it.
Hey, dude, on this note of Lex fucking zombies, and Chris fucking his clone, and me fucking nothing as usual. Hey, it was an awesome episode. Thank you, dude.
Nice.
Thank you, dude. Episode 22. We're on YouTube. Subscribe. Get the notifications. Click on that button. Listen to us. Share it. Share it on Twitter. Share it on Facebook.
Just share it to one friend.
Yeah. Just or listen to it.
Yes.
Just listen to us. Yeah.
Well, thank you for listening to it, and we're asking you to share.
And we're making it easy on you. We're everywhere. Any platform you like, we're there. So just find us. Raw Comedy Podcast.
Perfect.
Spotify, Apple Podcast. Google.
Comment below.
Yeah, do comments. Like I comment, nobody else comments. Like, we want to hear it.
What would you fuck?
Yeah, who would you fuck? Would you fuck your clone?
Is it okay to fuck a zombie?
Yeah, is it okay to fuck a zombie?
Yeah.
Yeah, let us know what you think in the comments below. Hit subscribe. See you next time, guys.
Well done. Good job.
On the Raw Comedy Podcast.
See you next time.
Thank you for listening. We appreciate your support. Brought to you by Bangkok's weekly open mic and home for stand-up comedy.